Yeah, I thought it was appropriate. It's a good summary of what's going on, current events.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Recap of last session. You guys are currently at the Yakfolk village, atop the 1,000-foot high spire that is the mountain cleft of Ironslag, the forge of fire giants. You'd climbed up these thousands of steps, and you guys are unsure exactly what these half yak, half humanoid creatures were all about. At first glance, the Yakfolk village merely seemed like a very peaceful mountaintop village with huts, a community appeal, smoke coming out of chimneys, and some people working the fields. However, upon taking a little bit of a closer look, you realize that the people working the fields were in fact slaves, enslaved humanoids. You guys attempted to sneak in to get closer to the survivors, survivors of the Yakfolk's enslavement, the prisoners of the Yakfolk. However, the attempt to stealth in failed, and you guys were spotted by the Yakfolk trying to climb over the wall. The Yakfolk immediately jumped to action, with one of the Yakfolk quite quickly ringing an alarm, which takes the form of this large bronze gong, which put the entire village on alert. The Yakfolk did not hesitate to quickly slaughter every single enslaved humanoid that they had in custody, and that was their first priority. When the alarm was raised, they cut down and mercilessly killed all of the slaves that they had captured. You guys then broke out into a big fight with all of the Yakfolk, and pretty much the entire village came to try and purge you guys, or capture you, or enslave you, or whatever they're going to do with you, to try and get you out of the village. And that was unsuccessful. You guys were forced to defend yourselves and kill all the Yakfolk, and then it was kind of peaceful here. You've noticed there is this large water wheel that is being powered by a mountainside river that churns down into a mighty waterfall that kind of separates these two plateaus on which the village is built. And you'd found many valuables and some stylized artwork of the Yakfolk. You guys were able to recall that they kind of worship elemental gods. We ended the session with you guys finishing scouring through these huts and finding a single Yakfolk warrior with a youngling cowering in a residential hut. She has her greatsword brandished, and she just has the small Yakfolk child, which is about the size of an average human adult, to be honest, because these Yakfolk are quite big. Although you can obviously tell it's an infant. The infant just has like a stick in its hand, like a broomstick pretty much. And the Yakfolk warrior just holds out that great sword and says to you in common, "Leave me. I've no qualm with you. I need to defend my young. I mean you no harm."
Everybody else here did. But I'm not going to kill a kid. I'll let you leave if the others will.
Leave? This is my home. You should be the ones leaving.
You might want to take the deal.
You would slaughter all of my people and then kick me out of my home with my child?
Come back after we leave.
Yep.
What business do you have here?
What business do you have holding slaves?
I follow what the chieftain tells us to do.
Yeah. And how many slaves did you guys just kill?
I killed no slaves. If
Your
they slaughtered the
chieftain.
cattle, that is what the
Cattle?
chieftain commanded.
What is cattle?
The cattle?
Elves and dwarves and
Yes.
humans? That's cattle? Well, if that's the case, then you're just cattle to us.
You would enslave me?
No.
I will work for you if you intend to stay here in the village. I can provide shelter. I can cook. I have pipe weed you can smoke. You may rest in the huts. If you allow me to stay here, I will make myself useful.
So,
I don't know.
can we
We're just gonna
run?
walk away.
Walk away. Okay.
Oh, you can start by burying all the. Would you call them?
The cattle? Forgive me for my use of the common tongue. My native language is Yakaria. Perhaps my words do not translate to what you would expect.
All those. That's all good. Can you tell us where the entrance, if there is an entrance that goes further down into this mountain?
Oh, to the mines? They are beyond the great doors. You will fight the Fire Lords?
Destroy them.
But you must be weak from fighting. I can allow you to rest here. You may use our huts, as long as you let me keep my life. We have pipe weed, fresh bread and cheese, warmed ale, hot vegetable and barley soup is my specialty.
So, out of character, does anybody need a rest, or didn't we just take one?
Yeah, we
I feel
took a
like-
short rest.
Yeah, you could use a. I
Um,
think it wouldn't hurt to go down to fight these fire giants fully.
True. But we don't intend to. Do you guys intend to have this place as your own?
no.
Just overnight.
Right.
Yes, the huts, they are yours to use. You may sleep. I'm going to come out. Please, do not hurt me. The Yakfolk warrior stomps quite loudly outside the hut. The warrior looks almost indistinguishable from a male Yakfolk. She has to kind of duck her head to avoid her horns catching the doorframe as she exits. And there is just like a bead curtain that she pulls aside. And inside there's like a very welcoming home. Some pallets laid on the ground that you could use for beds. A small oven. There is some crockery and a kitchen. You may stay here. This is my family hut.
I'm sure it goes without saying, but if you try to betray us in any way, your young one won't.
I have no chance to come out of a conflict with you alive.
Correct.
The others? Are they all dead?
Everyone. They drew arms against us.
They endeavored to kill us. We took
Yes.
offense.
You were the ones who killed the Duke, yes?
Yes, the duck
The
is
Fire
dead.
Lord. We were instructed that if you were to return and you were spotted, that we should kill our cattle and then
Why?
kill you.
Who instructed you?
We do not question the Fire Lords.
The Fire Lords instructed you to do that?
Yes. They are bigger than us, more mighty. They allow us to live here, and we do what they say. They give us the steel that you see in my hands.
But why here? Are you guarding something?
This is a place of peace. We are elevated. Up here we are closer to the elements, particularly the air and the earth.
They are probably the ones that provided food for the fire giant slaves. If I could hazard a guess, anyway.
Yes. We work the farms and give food to the cattle. We nurture the cattle. We raise the cattle. And then, when the cattle is ready, we deliver it to the Fire Lords. As you're speaking, you can just hear the distant roar of this river and the turning wooden wheel that powers something in the distance. Are you hungry? Would you like some soup? Perhaps some pipeweed to calm the nerves?
You're pushing this pipeweed pretty hard. You can stop. It's okay.
But that is our tradition, to offer pipeweed to guests.
Yes, and then
Maybe some soup, as long as it doesn't have any cattle in it.
Oh no. We are vegetarian.
Really?
that's
Yes.
a surprise.
Clearly not out of any moral.
Vegetable and barley soup. Perhaps some warmed ale. And it is quite cold up here.
This kid, I say kid, it's probably as big as most of the party members. What is it? Is it just been a fall on its mother, or?
Yeah, just been, hasn't said anything. Just stomping around, following the mother.
Well, I don't know about all of you, but I'm not going to eat anything that she offers.
No, absolutely not.
I wonder why there's only one young. You'd think there would be more.
And that is true.
How many females did we kill?
Did we kill pregnant yaks? Oh no.
I'll ask her why is there only one of your young here?
It is not close to our breeding season. This child was an outlier. A gift from the elements. She just says, I'll begin preparation. And she starts taking a bucket of water and searing some vegetables and adding some water and some herbs, and starts making use of this kitchen. Smells quite nice. Then while that's cooking, she offers you guys some fresh bread and some cheese, pours you guys some jugs of warmed ale.
No, thank you. No, I will drink out of my water flask.
I'll fill your water flask.
That is rude for you to refuse the hospitality of the Yak folk.
What milk was used for the cheese?
Before, I'll take a sip of the ale, but before I do, I'd like to see if she's being conniving in any way.
Alright, make an insight check. No, we don't milk the cattle, she says to your end.
Oh,
You milk the bowl.
I'm gonna search these huts while they're messing around.
Alright, yeah, Than, you feel like the Yak folk's actually genuinely upset that you're refusing the food, and you don't think that she's done anything to the food. She's being
I'll
a
take a big swig.
benevolent host. The ale it's pretty hearty. It's like quite almost thick and syrupy. Yeah, it's not something that you would usually drink. It's unique. It's not bad. And the bread is fresh. The cheese is, well, it's one of the more Gouda cheeses that you've had. And yeah, the soup is not ready yet, but it smells delicious.
I'll have some bread and cheese.
It's good. Yeah, it's nice. There's even butter. And yeah, she just starts laying out these like straw mats. And she goes off to collect some more mats from a different hut as well. The Yak folk child is just kind of standing there. She lays out like a bedding for you guys.
Food's good, guys.
No chance, Lily.
I'm ransacking huts.
Norin, Norin, don't be rude. Have some food.
yeah.
Alright, it's just just like a home, Lily. There's nothing really valuable in here. There's people's. Just their personal belongings.
I'll ransack this one then while they're in it.
Alright, you start going through it's like kind of cluttered, and she says to you, excuse me, are you looking for something?
I just keep searching.
Friend's looking for valuable.
Oh, so you are also thieves.
And we're claiming the booty of a conquest. Has
Check
attacked
the
us.
owners were dead.
Well, you can take any worldly possessions. As long as I have my life. That's all that matters. And, yeah, you're
That
not
was
finding
part-
any valuables in here, Lily. I would say, Lily, repeated acts that you've been doing is going to shift your alignment from good down to neutral soon. With maybe one or two more acts like this.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll just be like,
As far as I'm concerned, they're slavers. They're evil, and I've got no place in my heart for them.
yep, fair enough. That's why you'd become neutral rather than good. So she finally gets this soup ready, and she just pours you from this giant ladle this nice vegetable soup with bits of barley in it. It's just served in wooden bowls. So she lays it out on the table for you guys, on the floor, because the tables are a little bit too big for you guys. So she makes a bowl for each of you, and also for herself and the child, and she invites you. Please, sit and drink and eat.
I'll sit. Start eating bread. and
Will do.
soup.
Yeah, she like invites you to sit around in the hut, like in a circle sort of thing, like a communal. She puts the big cauldron of soup in the center of the hut.
So tell us more about your tribe and why you're here and how long you've been here.
We have been here for a very long time. 100 moons. We have been at peace. We learn and we grow. Every day we vie to get closer to our gods. The Forgotten
And-
God.
And the fire giants, what role do they play in your existence here?
They give us the steel that we need to defend ourselves. And they offer us protection. And they provide us with cattle. The jobs like harvesting vegetables, this is below us. We have much more important things to do with our time.
Not
You
anymore.
won't have to do that pretty quick.
If you want to keep a peaceful life, I'd recommend not keeping humanoid. It will lead to your doom.
By having the cattle do our chores, we have more time for prayers. Then we can get
Sleep
closer to the Forgotten God. We used to be able to summon the Tao, but now we cannot. We yearn to repossess that power. Now you must smoke. You must smoke from the pipe, and you will see the visions of our ancestors.
Well,
And she takes a pipe and she takes this like green herb. She kind of scrunches it up, and it's an enormous pipe. And she just lights it under the stove fire and starts dutching up the hut. And she hands it over to the Yakfolk child. The child smokes it and then hands it to you, Norin.
I'm not gonna smoke any. I'll
take a
pass
hit.
it. I'll pass it without puff.
Alright, then you inhale and makes you feel kind of funny, lightheaded, and somewhat jovial. Whoa,
It's just like, this is some good shit.
Like a boss.
do not hog it. 2 puffs, and then you must give.
Puff, puff, pass, man.
I'll
Alright,
pass it. I'll pass it along.
who do you pass it to?
Thomas.
Do I recognize the smell that it's giving off?
No,
Cannabis?
it's different. It's funky.
I'll puff, puff, pass.
Who do you pass it to?
I'll look around. No one reaches for it. I'll pass it back to Yak.
She smokes some more. She seems quite happy. Thank you for respecting our traditions.
Sure. Don't you think, or don't you see that using the smaller races as cattle could cause problems for you?
But then, who will wash our dishes?
Well, you will.
Oh, no, no, no. That is the work for peasants.
And that's
Do
what
you-
you are.
We are far too important for these remedial
What's your-
tasks. Would you mind
your relation-
washing the
your
dishes
relation-
for me?
No.
No.
I know you're used to a certain way of living, but you know your relations with the fire giants and your coexistence seems to work for you. You're not
Yes.
slaves to them, correct? Or cattle to them?
Oh no. They worship immolation. They are close to the element of fire, our paths. They are intertwined.
I'll start throwing dishes off the cliff so that no one has to wash.
She calls out, "Where are you taking those?"
I'm getting rid of them.
No, they have been constructed from the earth with clay and water. That is sacrilege.
They'll be returned to the water and air until it hits the ground again.
If you don't wash them. It's bad hygiene to leave dirty dishes around.
Just leave them. They will be washed when we receive a new shipment of cattle.
You don't intend to free cattle if you receive any?
Who will wash our clothing?
Wait
Who
a
will
second.
sow our fields?
Do you have more people that aren't here?
Oh no, we seldom leave our oasis.
So nobody's fixing to come back from some shopping trip somewhere?
Shopping? What is shopping?
Out hunting, whatever you guys do.
Hunting?
Gathering.
Oh no, hunting is... Oh, these are jobs for peasants.
Capturing more slaves?
Oh no, even that job is beneath us. We have them delivered to us by the Fire Lords.
Well, that's probably going to dry up pretty quick, so you might want to think of something else.
If you will you leave me here to survive? I could use the young one as my cattle.
Jeez.
I'm going to sleep on it. I'm pretty bothered by the fact that you're still going to keep sleeping.
There is nothing more important than our God. If the young one can perform remedial duties, that will allow me more time to pray and get closer to the Faceless One.
So during this, she seems on the up and up with what she's saying, like believing everything she's saying.
Did you already made insight? So, yeah, she seems to, like, have this twisted sense of idealism. She doesn't seem to think there's anything wrong with just enslaving people. Although she's not, like, openly evil with you guys. You can tell it's just a part of their way of life. They are just evil overlords. And you feel like she doesn't even have any loyalty to her family, only to her god and race.
So you're unconcerned that you're the only survivor of this encampment, or oasis, as you call it. You and this youngling.
Oh, yes. As long as I can continue my prayers, then we can get closer to the elements, closer to the Faceless One. And perhaps I will make the journey into the elemental plane of Earth.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really see you as a threat at this time, so...
Does anyone have a banish spell?
I swapped it out.
Now,
Several levels ago.
usually the cattle sleep in the cages, but you are welcome to sleep on the mats as a kind gesture.
You're only kind now because you're afraid that we will kill you. If you had done this earlier, we wouldn't have had to kill pretty much your whole village. You realize that, right?
Usually the chief is very diplomatic.
Huh.
You must have caused concern with the way that you arrived at our village.
What's concerning is where your orders not to, once upon seeing us, kill the cattle and then kill us.
Oh yes.
And here you are feeding us.
It is unfortunate the others have died. But we wouldn't have killed you. That would be counterintuitive. It would have been much more effective to simply capture you and enslave you.
But I thought you said your orders were to kill the cattle once you saw us, and then kill us.
Yes,
We're not.
that is what the Fire Lords tell us, but even they are misguided. They don't understand that we are more important than them as well.
But you're the only one in this entire place that has not tried to kill us.
Perhaps I am more insightful than Chief Karthikaya. I decided to bide my time, and here I am alive while he is dead.
So you're biding your time to find the opportunity to kill us.
Oh no, I'm biding my time to find an opportunity to live and continue a prosperous life. Are you tired? We may sleep now.
Go right ahead. No one's stopping you.
Alright,
I don't want to go sleep in the other.
Alright. Whoever, so it's been about an hour now. Whoever smoked from the pipe needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
I knew it. I rolled it earlier. But that was more like a joke.
You guys are fine, just like you got a little bit of a buzz, but other than that, you guys are perfectly fine. How are you enjoying the pipe weed?
Smooth.
Are you tired?
I feel great.
Oh, okay. Some cattle usually say that it makes them feel drowsy.
And hungry?
Yes. Feel free to smoke more if you like.
I think I've had my fill for tonight, thank you.
It is not customary for me to sleep in the same edifice as cattle. That would be seen as a strange act. Perhaps it
No
may
problem.
lower my stature. I will leave you with the youngling as your prisoner. I will go and sleep in the chief's hut.
Yeah,
Stop.
we don't think that's a good idea.
She stops.
Yeah, no.
She starts stomping off. She turns around. Yes?
No.
Is there something you need?
She could sleep in this hut down here.
I think one of these huts against the wall.
Whose child is that?
Oh, that is mine. Is this not enough? I have offered it as a slave for you. For collateral. Do with
You
it
can go back.
what you must.
You go right back to your hut.
It can cook and clean as well.
We're actually sleeping in the chief's hut tonight. Sorry.
Very well, that is fine. Feel free to take the youngling if you have some chores that are needing to be done.
No, I think we're good. We can look after ourselves.
We don't really do the slave thing.
Thomas, clean the dishes.
Before I start playing frisbee.
She points to the child. Youngling, clean. I must go and pray.
So I'm going to have the imp kind of follow her around and report if there's something weird that she's doing.
Okay. You can make a stealth check to try and prevent being detected. She's completely unaware that the imp is following her. She lays the straw mat down on the ground and just takes this wooden mask, which is quite large. It's completely featureless. It's pretty much smooth, and it just has a bit of string attached to it. She puts it over her face, and she just takes what looks like a little chunk of clay and water, and she starts mixing it around and painting some sort of scene on the wall. Looks like an earthen scene, like a muddy field or something.
So, guys, what are we doing? Are we going to rest? Are we going to go to the door?
Yeah, let's rest and then go down. That's fine.
Is it like what time of day is it?
It's fairly early, so you'll just be taking the rest of the day off.
Oh.
Do you think it would be safe to do that? Was there any alarms raised?
I mean, other than the very loud gong, but I don't know.
But I think we'd be far enough away for that not to carry to the giants, no?
Yeah, and we don't know how often the giants frequent this place either.
That's
Okay,
true.
how do we get across at this water wheel area?
There's a door on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, are we able to stop the water wheel to cross?
It's pretty large. It would be. I mean,
so there's not like a mechanism to.
I think that other area you just walked over there, didn't you?
Oh, you're talking about the other village, the other
There's a
side of the
door,
village.
like, over
Okay.
here.
Right.
all right. So this water wheel is set on an iron axle, and it's going pretty quickly. To get from one side to the other, you'd have to jump through quite quickly at the risk of being swept down the river and tumbling down the mountainside. If you got caught by one of the spokes, down you'd go.
I forgot about that door.
You could try and jam something between the spokes to disable it. You'd require quite a lot of strength, and you need to find something quite sturdy.
Did we check that door? Was it locked?
Okay, yeah.
Plus one longbow.
Right, the door is in the other plateau of the Yakfolk village.
I just didn't remember if we checked it before we came over here.
You guys
I
saw
don't
it,
think
but
we-
didn't really check it
Yeah,
out.
we saw it, but we didn't check it. Yeah.
Oh.
The strongest item we have, though, is those gauntlets of strength, so we could put them in it.
I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have anything like that.
Or at least the person wearing them.
Actually, yeah, that's a better idea. Better idea.
So yeah, it's not outside the realm of possibility to just jam the wheel up. You could jam it up, or you could just try and risk jumping through. Well, then there are these doors. The doors look quite sturdy. 20 feet tall.
We could probably push them.
Yo, Yak woman. Is there a key to that door on the other village?
She is
goes
in the
into
midst
the
of her
water well.
prayers and actually just completely ignores you, just continues painting.
I tap her on the shoulder really hard. Or wherever I can reach.
Do I detect any magic from her or what she's doing?
No sources of magic in your area apart from just the magic items that you're carrying and Ren's carrying.
Tap, tap, tap.
She just seems very frustrated that you've interrupted her. How dare you interrupt me, cattle?
Careful.
You
wanna
should be
keep it,
careful. You have committed an atrocity. If you were my cattle, this would be cause for punishment.
If I was your cattle, I'd kill you right now.
That'd be
So, is there a key to that door on the other side?
If
of
you
the
were
water
my
wheel?
cattle, we would have stripped you of weapons. then I would have bested you with my sword.
I will kill you barehanded right now.
Do you have any plans to stop slaving?
Slaving? I do not consider my cattle slaves. I possess them. How can they be slaves if they are in my possession? They are as much as slaves as the rapier in your hand is your slave.
So
A tool.
You have every intention to continue owning sentient beings.
People's property is pretty much the definition of.
Of course, how else will I have the time for my prayers if I am left to do more remedial tasks?
You could probably pray while doing them.
I must paint scenes of the elemental plane of Earth to find secrets.
See, my problem here is I feel like the good aligned thing to do is actually stop her. It's not the lawful thing to do, but it's the good aligned thing to do.
I feel like
maybe
we
if
should
we
have made
put
her
her,
wash the dishes.
or put her in a cage to live as a slave for the next 20. See if it.
You mean penance?
Or find a way to summon an earth elemental and have that deal with her. She's so keen on the plane of that.
Your interruption is meaningless. The Fire Lords control the elevator.
Is that door locked over there into the water wheel area?
It is.
And you don't have access to that door?
No, the Fire Lords lift the Great Gate when they come to deliver fresh cattle.
When's the next batch due?
There has been disruptions. We are not sure when we will receive more.
How do you stop the wheel from turning?
You cannot. The wheel does not stop.
How often do the fire giants come here?
Not often. When the slaves, when the cattle have expired, we may request more. They become derelict and...
How do you communicate with them?
We know the ancient language of the fire gods.
Yeah, but how do you get word down to them if you can't?
Do you know the ancient words
They probably
of the fire
have a
gods?
slave down.
They will come to us. We do not come to them. Taking time to go and visit them is a remedial task. Something that would waste our time.
Do you have the means to communicate to them?
We have no need to.
This seems like a good chance to let chance decide some outcome. We could plant some beans.
All right.
I second that.
You wish
This
to
is a
sow
great
the
time to do it.
fields?
Yes.
You would make a fine cattle.
What the hell?
Do it. Plant some beans.
Sure. I'm going to plant a bean in a pot and water it.
All right.
And leave it.
So
It's
Seb-
happening. It's happening.
It's
Yeah, I guess
happening.
All right.
happening.
Where are you planting it?
Question out of
In the so is there dirt here or is it stone? If
It's pretty much solid stone.
Yeah.
There are fields.
I'll put it in the jade pot I've got up here.
Okay. And Lily had a question.
yeah, out of here. You said like being rude to them was I was trending away from good, but like, so the question is, would a good aligned character feel the need to stop this person?
You don't need to worry about alignment. You just do whatever you want. I was just saying many repeated acts that your character have done, I wouldn't consider good. So if you continue it, your alignment would shift. But
Oh, yeah.
alignment is doesn't really mean much in 5e anyway. I'll just let you know what will happen.
Yeah, and I'm fine with like the rude stuff pushing me away from good. She's kind of rude to non-elves, but
I wouldn't
to me, it feels
consider rude worthy for alignment shift. It would be like a good act or an evil act.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand. It seems to me like a good act here would be to stop the slaver who is completely unrepentant and is unwilling to.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't know any of that though when you started like going through her belongings. You hadn't actually spoken to her at all, so that's why I said that. Now that you have more information, you could, actually get an idea of what the picture is of these yak folk. Again, as I said, alignment doesn't really matter about anything anyway, so it's not really that important in 5e. Doesn't really have much of a bearing.
Just stick to what the character is. I'm trying to play it right.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide.
Yeah, I would say that Lily has performed quite a few acts that I wouldn't consider good over the length of the campaign. Probably starting from near the start of the campaign. And they're starting to add up, that's all.
I think same for Than too. I haven't played him as good.
Yeah, most as I said, alignment doesn't really matter. But yeah.
But he's neutral good, so I don't know if I'm playing it right or not. But I'm being neutral for the most part.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's not even noteworthy of conversation. Alignment in 5e. Alright.
Unless Celestials show up.
Yeah, if you're a paladin, your
Windowsill.
tenants might matter, but that's a doorway. It's like a bead curtain.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just find it somewhere. And in 1 minute, a thing happens.
Alright, roll a 1d100.
25. So Sachi in my like, dang it.
Alright,
Turn
so
into a potted plant.
you plant the bean, Roderick, and you water it. There is some water barrels available and some troughs available around these yards. And suddenly a statue of a dwarf just rises up out of the ground. It looks exactly like you, beard and all. And it just yells at you. I'm gonna cut you.
It's random.
You what?
I'm gonna hurt you, boy.
How are you gonna do that? Lump of dirt.
Fellow adventurers, behold the villain, Roderick, shearer of 1,000 dwarf beards, gutter of fish, and defiler of stone's true nature. I am offering a bounty of 1,000 gold to the first man who can slay this villain and bring me his head. You there, strong man! You're in the presence
Gold.
of a foul fiend indeed. Roderick, the slasher.
What type of stone is this thing made of?
I poke it in the head.
Made of limestone. Ah!
Limestone.
Behold!
That explains-
Roderick's powerful mind-controlling magic, causing even a mighty man like this to poke an innocent stone statue in the head. You wait till you go to sleep, Roderick. I'm gonna suffocate you with a pillowcase.
It's literally
Wow.
just a statue that talks shit. That's amazing.
Yeah. Looks like it. Oh,
That's
it's
cool.
awesome. Oh.
Who will slay this most heinous of villains? Come one, come all!
First.
So would a spear be enough to jam up the water wheel? Just asking. One of
Spear.
the bone spears. I have a steel tip spear, but the whole thing's not metal. But
It would have to be at least like 15 foot long
oh shit. Okay.
for it to effectively. You'd have to be able to go from one side of the wheel to the other and then when
Gotcha.
the wheel rolls around, jam up in the cog.
Okay.
The statue doesn't stop, by the way. Nice monobrow. In
Is
fact,
there a reason why we can't just open up the door, guys? Why we keep messing with the wheel?
No, I don't think there's any reason we can't.
is it called a monobrow if it just connects like to everywhere? Your hair, your mutton chops, and your beard.
It's called a glorious facial raiment. I don't know.
You wait till you go to sleep, Roderick. I may be immobile, but I'll get you.
It's a weeping angel. I know.
You're lucky I'm immobile. Otherwise, I'd have you right here and right now.
You're lucky you're made of stone. Otherwise, the same goes to you.
Huh.
Actually,
Behold! Come and watch the freak show! Look at me! A freak! And he looks exactly like Roderick.
I'm gonna get out my mason's tools and start crafting him into a
Hey! Help!
Right.
Murder! Bloody murder! Witness this crime! Report him to the authorities! Make a check with your stone cutting tools, Roderick.
Yeah.
Fucking beans, man.
Ah, the pain!
What type of attribute should I use?
It would be strength based. Alright, what are you trying to chisel away? What are you trying to chisel?
Oh, just slowly start carving him into a yak folk.
Alright. Ah! Foul villain! What have you done? Ah, truly torturous. I have increased the bounty to 5,000 gold pieces.
That actually might be worth it.
He doesn't have any gold.
Yeah. Ren starts eyeing Roderick.
Very interesting result you guys have over there.
And it just keeps on yelling at you, Roderick. And when anyone else comes near it, it's just telling everyone how evil you are and what you've done to it, and offering this bounty for your head.
Fair enough.
So, I can't remember if we took a close look at this door before. So I'm assuming that okay, you said 20 foot tall.
All right.
Is there any kind of keyhole or anything like that in there?
All right. So the doors.
So
Yes.
before we move on to the doors, just to get this out of the way, I think Lily thinks the good thing to do here is kill this last yak, because these are elf slavers and they are going to. So I think she's going to kill her.
What about the baby one? The young
No,
one?
man, baby's innocent.
Who are you just saying that like 10 feet away from her, Lily?
I can say it up here.
All right. She's painting and she just continues painting. Also, yeah, Norin and Jarek, they're like not near you at all, Lily. So they don't hear any part of this conversation. We will come back to you though, Lily, because Norin was just asking about this door. So it's kind of
Sure, no
we'll do his thing first. All right. So these doors, they're 20 feet tall, and they're made of metal. They look like iron, and they don't have any handles. They don't have any locking mechanism. You're not sure if you could just push them open or not. You'd have to try.
Can I kind of look at the ground and kind of maybe like on the sides here where see if maybe they open up or open out, like towards me or away?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, no idea.
You can't tell. The ground is just dusty stone.
All right. I'll turn to the lower captain there. Yeah, mind giving me a hand with this? Maybe we can get it open.
You want to push or pull?
Let's try a push.
All right. So I'll help him push.
All right. Make an athletics check, one of you, with advantage.
Norin, go ahead.
All right.
That's gonna be enough.
The doors are actually set on very well-oiled hinges, and they just swing straight open away from you.
I just put all my weight into it, and they just.
And it does require an actual conscious effort to open them.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. There's another gate in here.
It took your action to do that. As you open them up, you see a rough-hewn passageway blocked by an iron portcullis. Portcullis has bars spaced for small creatures, to block small creatures from entering. And beyond this portcullis, you can see what looks like some sort of giant rig. And like a huge shaft in the middle of the chambers. Sunlight kind of seems to pour in through the area where the wagon wheel is, but everything is dimly lit in here.
So then, is this what they were referring to as the giants lift up the gate?
They kept saying something about an elevator. So I don't know. Maybe the water wheel acts as some sort of mechanism for.
I'm talking about the portcullis.
Oh, I don't know if they specifically mentioned the portcullis or not, but I know we've lifted things like this before.
Okay.
Yeah, the last, it looks similar to the ones that you'd seen in Ironslag. Very similar, in fact. And you know that those ones, well, as far as you can tell, they didn't have any, mechanical winches or lifting mechanisms. So literally just manually lifted.
Yeah, pick them up, yeah.
The giants were able to lift them pretty easy.
Yeah, I'll try to pick this one up as well.
Alright. Just by yourself?
I would ask for help if he's there. So.
All right. Jarek helps you, and Norin, make an athletics check with advantage. And we'll come back to you guys. All right. Meanwhile, Lily, you're talking about killing this yak folk right in front of her, and she's there with this little wooden bowl. She's finger painting this scene of some sort of muddy field on the walls, continuing this mural. And she just she seems to be in the middle of her praying ritual, and she's obviously hearing what you're saying, but she doesn't stop or kind of react to that in any way. Meanwhile, this statue, it also turns and just it's watching you, Roderick, wherever you go.
It's possessed by the evil earth elementals.
It's like one of those weird pictures. No matter where you stand, it's looking at you.
I know everything about you, Roderick, it says as you walk by it. I am you. Alright, so what do you guys want to do over here? You know that Norin and Lord Captain have gone off to check out these doors. Yeah, it's you've been hanging around for a few hours now. Maybe it might be nighttime in another few hours. Just kind of killing time, I guess, if you're planning to take a long rest.
Who are you addressing?
You guys over here.
Well, I stated my plan. I can't let a self-avowed evil person go if they're going to keep being evil. I just don't know how you want me to mechanically do that.
How old is the?
Well, you wouldn't be able to
young
just
one?
kill her. She's about 12 feet tall. She's armored. She definitely,
So they didn't disarm her at all, huh?
you'd expect her to put up a fight.
All right, I start blade singing.
Okay. All right. Are you attacking?
Well, I'm going to start with this.
All right. You cast the Shadow Blade, and even casting the spell doesn't cause the Yakfolk to react. He continues finger painting.
All right, well, I start attacking then.
All right. I'll roll initiative. Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll do a 1 round of combat, and then we'll go over to Norin and Jarek, and then we'll come back to you guys. All right. So Lily goes to swing, and Thomas, you're the first one to react. You're up.
My intentions are clear. I just pulled a Shadow Blade out.
Yeah. Everyone knows you're attacking. You're in the midst of about to swing at the Yakfolk. Well, apart from Lord Captain and Norin, because they're a world away from you guys.
No, we can't hear you.
No wonder you guys have been ignoring me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm like, for fuck's sake. Fine.
Keep
ignore
on
me.
ignoring him, guys. Keep on going along with it.
That's great.
What is where is she painting on the floor or on the wall?
She's painting on the walls.
All right, I'm gonna cast a minor illusion to so it looks like I've erased. So it's like the hut
All right.
wall where she.
That is enough to get her to stop, and she looks over at you. Cattle, you have undone my holy work. And then she looks over at Lily. Oh, so I see. You have no intentions of letting me live. I will
You had no
defend
intentions of
myself.
stopping.
I do my God's will. My God is above you.
I didn't want this to be an execution. I don't want you to defend yourself.
All right, Lily, you're up.
All right, we're attacking. There it goes.
That's a hit.
Oh crap! Oh, it is.
All right, you pass the Shadow Blade through the Yakfolk warrior, and she just lets out a loud snort. That's another hit. And it grunts again as a bit of blood drips down from its yak face. Rend.
It's on.
All right. Seeing that Lily attacked, I assume she was provoked by some reason.
By her conscience, actually.
Exactly. Let's see. Can I squeeze past Lily?
Yeah, there's a space there you can go.
Yeah, just right there. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action for the. I renamed the sword to Yak Tongue since it was Yak Folk we got it from. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn it up, and then Great Weapon Master attack.
Alrighty, the blade of the sword just explodes, and the fire it kind of explodes in your face a bit, Rend, like catching you by surprise, and it's a miss.
Yeah, I haven't used this sword before, so it's all new.
First time user.
That hits. And cool. You just slash straight through the Yakfolk. Her bamboo lamellar has just erupted in flames, and she staggers down to one knee. She's got this searing wound seared into her chest. She just grunts, takes her greatsword, and swings at Lily. And she hits.
Shield it.
Alright, you cast shield, and the greatsword just bounces back and kind of slams into the wall of the hut. And then she's just going to take a swing at Rend. She goes to bring the greatsword down. And is it lagging? I clicked it. I'll try again. It's a miss. She cleaves into the floor. Then, doesn't look like there's going to be a second round by the looks of things.
I just say to her, "We are not cattle, you stupid cow bitch," and told it at her
What is
for
bitch?
9 damage.
She falls down to her knees, grabs her horns, and then she just slams face first onto the ground. Her skin is all cracked open, and she's dead.
For me, the deciding factor was that there were elf slaves among the slaves. I just couldn't let it go on.
Yeah, it bothered me as well, but I didn't see her kill any or anything, so. And she didn't attack us.
She
I
straight up
figured.
said she was going to happily enslave more elves, and I couldn't let that stand.
Alright, we'll go over to Norin and Jarek. So, there, you guys are kind of oblivious to that fight going on. And you're unable to lift the portcullis. You put all your might into it, it doesn't even shift a little bit.
That's a big build up to to nothing.
It ain't moving. You can, just make out this very large shaft, some sort of mechanism here. There's like a turning iron spindle that's being powered by the water wheel.
Yeah. Alright, well.
I'll head over to where Norn is.
Everybody heading over there.
Where is Norn?
But this is the point where I gotta cut out. I have a whole list of things I still have to take care of tonight.
No problem.
All right, man. Stay
Have
safe,
a-
bro.
guys.
Have a good week.
Take care of the yak kid.
Lily
Don't go
can
crazy.
Lily
Don't
can
turn into place
graffiti the wall that the Yakfolk was
There you go.
drawing.
Again, everybody, I'm very sorry I can't stay longer.
It's alright. Take care. Stay safe.
You guys too.
Is there any indication of how much traffic is coming through here? I know you said it was stone. That might be hard to tell.
It would be very difficult. You'd have to spend 10 minutes and make a survival check.
Where
Well,
exactly is that? I mean, I could do that.
Do we need to get through here?
Anyone could do that.
I'll spend 10 minutes to see how many fire giants I think have come through in the past however many days or whatever.
I'll try to open this gate.
Okay. Every day that goes by is a little bit more difficult to find tracks. So before they've gotten over there, you've got 10 minutes, Norin. So you can make that survival check, and you're not seeing any signs of the passage of any creatures. It just looks like a dusty stone floor.
I'm rolling like crap tonight.
Alright, this statue is just still yelling at you, Roderick. Alright, Than, make an athletics check. Than comes over, sees you guys stand next to a portcullis. Doesn't really take... He's not a man of words, he's just a man of action. So
I do say a few words to cast guidance on myself on the way there.
He's a man of guidance. Alright. And... you're able to lift it, Than. Only barely. It requires all your might, and you know the drill. You have to hold it open or it's going to slam shut. You lift it
Hodor!
high enough above your head. So you've got your arms outstretched. It's well above your head, and people can slip underneath. You'll only be able to hold it for a short while before you start yelling to make strength saves.
I don't actually know where that is.
Hodor!
I'll move you over, Roderick.
Hodor!
Are you going as well, Thomas? Thomas is going to guide you.
Guys,
You guys just leave the Yakfolk child to fend for themselves there too.
Search her and take at least her paint if she's got nothing else.
Her paint is literally just some brown clay.
Flip off the statue on my way by.
Hey you, brave warrior. You can stop the spread of falsely identified stonework. Bring me the head of Roderick the Vile. You shall be rewarded.
I will do so if after you've remained silent for 24
Hodor!
You there, child. Do you want to be an adventurer?
Wait,
It comes over. And it just starts splurting out all these lies about Roderick.
The statue's gonna raise the child to be a murderous.
The Yakfolk child sits down, crosses his legs, and listens to everything the statue has to say.
He's gonna kill anything named Roderick.
He's gonna grow up to be like a Roderick
gonna
assassination machine. Assassination machine. Alright, so let me move you guys over so you can so poor Than doesn't have to keep on holding this up. But Than, you will need to make a strength saving throw, because it did take a little while to catch up to you guys.
I say, it's almost night and we're gonna go down now.
Oh no!
You guys think that Than may be struggling, but instead he the back of his neck gets really itchy and he just holds up the portcullis with one hand instead, and like spends a good 5 minutes scratching the back of his neck, and then he just sort of yawns, and then he swaps hands, and then and then he just like lets go, and then it just stays up for a brief moment as well somehow, and then you put another hand on it, and finally Roderick and Thomas catch up, and you guys all move in.
Well, we can rest in here. I mean, I was just curious what was in here. I mean,
Oh great! After all that feats of strength,
Just
for
saying,
your curiosity.
I'll be able to help out a lot more if we rest.
Also, Roderick, you need to move through because otherwise
Yeah,
the
this is
portcullis
a-
slams shut.
Hold
This
on.
is a better place to rest than out in the open out there.
Fair enough.
Alright, well, this looks like a giant elevator. There
Like
is
an elevator for giants.
the shaft in the ground is just absolutely enormous. It's like a 40-foot diameter hole. It leads down into darkness. It's in the middle of the floor. There's this iron rig bolted to the pit's circular rim, and suspended from the rig there are iron chains, and the chains are leading straight down to the shaft. And the chains are moving. They've been moving this whole time. They're powered by that wooden water wheel. But you haven't seen any elevator come to the top yet. Until about now, actually. It just arrives at the
Classic.
top. You see a huge circular platform. It kind of looks like a giant cog. It's made out of rusty looking iron. And it just stops here now.
anything on it?
No, it's empty.
Well, that's convenient. I wonder if we can make it stay here.
Looks hot. Is it hot?
It's not hot, it's just rusted. In this little alcove here, there's a set of stairs. It looks like a spiral staircase. Giant sized steps descending into darkness. It's about 10 feet wide.
Sorry, where?
Oh, it goes
In the
down.
alcove that you guys are in.
Oh, that thing. That's the thing. The stairwell. Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, are we above Ironslag or below it?
I think we're above.
We're
Oh,
above it.
Oh yeah, you guys climbed up over 1,000 feet to get here.
oh, jeez, my geography's off.
Makes sense. You're surprised that
Remind me of Andy.
you didn't arrive in Golden Fields.
You get to the top and you're at the gates of Golden Fields. What the hell?
In the iron ship or a ship around here somewhere?
Alright, so yeah, this thing just it just pauses here. And
So it's a continuous loop. It just goes up and goes down. It goes up and
it
goes down.
does.
Probably.
And it only stops here for a couple of minutes, and then suddenly the chains crank and the platform begins to lower.
Is this a lever or something over here?
Yeah, there's a large lever here. It's like 10 feet off the ground. It's mounted into the wall, and it's like set into this rectangular metal plate. The lever is about 3 feet long, made of iron.
There's no like plaque underneath it that says what it does, huh?
No, it's in the up position.
It probably stops the
The water wheel.
water wheel, I would assume.
How far down is the platform now?
It's stopped. So yeah, it stopped about 60 feet below you, and only pauses for about 30 seconds, and then it continues out of vision.
There must be another level.
There must be multiple levels.
And you can constantly see the platform stopping at 30-second intervals now.
And
Even if we stop it, I think it's likely to draw giants up the stairs. So.
you think we should just leave that switch alone and
For now,
Yeah.
I would say.
try to take a rest?
Anything in these crates? Are these crates?
No, they're... I don't even know what they are. Just ignore them. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I'd love it if
That's
we could
what I
rest
meant.
before we go down.
All right, let's
There's some spare plates to replace this one if someone breaks it.
somewhere spare what?
Spare metal plates, just in case this one gets broken.
So I think these crates are meant for us to make a fort so we can hide it. That's what they're here for.
There's definitely nothing
We'll make a
there.
fort to rest in.
Lay
Let's-
down behind the.
So do we want
Let's
to take
make
the
some
stairs or the elevator?
makeshift.
The more you look
mean,
at
we can
these
leave.
crates, the words
We can leave this area and then
explosive.
come back.
The words explosives start to materialize on.
What do you guys think? Should we go to a hut and rest, or should we just rest in here?
I think we should go to a hut.
I've still got a lot of spells left, so I'm okay.
Let's go to a hut.
Okay. Same deal. To get out, you'll need to make an athletics check then.
Just
I'll,
go straight to
guidance
Dan.
myself. Everybody ready?
Yeah, I'll help him.
Alright. Lucky Ren helped because your strength was starting to dwindle thin, but when Ren comes over, you guys lift the portcullis straight up, enough for everyone to slip through. And you quickly run through, the portcullis slams down to the ground. And you can hear this very faint voice calling out beyond this thundering waterfall, coming from this direction. It's like a very loud voice.
You hear what
Buzzing
it
me
says?
out.
You'd have to make a perception check.
Oh, I bet I know what it is, but I wanna hear it.
You hear it very faintly, Norin. You can't run from me, Roderick.
I beg to differ.
Too bad we
I
can't
want-
keep that thing.
I wanna like close these doors behind me. So just in case fire giants do decide to come up.
They're a lot easier to
Have a
close than
little
they are to open. And
Have a little heads up.
yeah, you just have to kind of close them one at a time. It takes you about a minute, but you get them closed.
All right, should we pick a hut?
Yeah, let's do it.
Big one in the center.
All right, you guys own your own village now, so
I say we at least keep watch on the doors.
Yeah, for sure.
okay. How many watches do you want to do?
Well, real quick, does an imp actually need to sleep?
Yeah, they need to sleep. They need to take long rests.
I mean, 4 watches. That 4 2-hour watches.
I'll take one watch.
Rend will take one in the middle somewhere. That way the spellcasters can sleep through.
Norn will take a watch as well. I'll take the last one.
Okay. As you guys are resting, who's on the first watch?
Rend.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Everyone except Rend is asleep at the moment. And let me just check something here. Rend, you're just taking a look out from the hut while everyone else is having a bit of a snooze. and suddenly you're awoken by a disturbance.
Kid.
It's the Yakfolk child with a great sword hovering over Roderick. Everyone is surprised. He's managed to creep in without waking anyone up. Coming from behind the hut.
We shouldn't have left him with the statue.
So you guys are all surprised. And okay, the imp would be unconscious, so it would be visible. And the Yakfolk child just attempts to coup de grace Roderick. So it makes an attack. If it hits, it's a automatic critical because you're unconscious, Roderick.
Yeah.
And it misses. It just, I don't know how it misses.
I wouldn't be wearing my armor.
You took your
Sure you
armor
would.
off?
Yeah,
You'd only take your armor off if you had less than half your hit die. What's your hit die?
yeah.
If it was full, then
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It'd be fine then.
I would presume you wouldn't take your armor off unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And it's going to try and get you again. Alright, Roderick, you wake up to a great sword just glancing you for 15 slashing damage. This noise wakes everyone else up as well. So you guys are all just prone at the moment. You don't need to really get into this battle in a great detail. But Roderick, you wake up and the Yakfolk child is hovering over you with a great sword. Die, evil disidentifier of stone, it says. Alright, Roderick, you can stand up using half your movement speed, and you have the opportunity to just grab one weapon and
Right. Well, then I'll grab his weapon.
one weapon that's not being worn or carried by someone else.
Okay, that's a shame. I suppose I'll grab my quarterstaff. And yeah, you've been lied to. Bonus action shillelagh, and then smack him with.
The Earth God speaks the truth. It doesn't seem to care at all that you've killed its mother either. And Roderick, you just jam the quarterstaff straight into its eye socket. And it's dead.
We completed the
jeez.
genocide.
I close my eyes again.
You guys wake up, you see a bit of a disturbance. And Roderick tells you guys what's happened. Rand, I'm not sure if you can ever be trusted to go and watch again. But,
Here, I'll make my perception check now.
yeah, you're...
Guys,
It's guys, Roderick killed something.
we're under attack.
Alright, with that, you guys don't have any more trouble for the rest of the night. Everyone take a long rest. And you wake up the next morning. It's very cold. There is a bit of a fog that's kind of nestles in between the walls of the Yakfolk village. And there's plenty of food for you guys, make something for breakfast and whatnot. There's even a full kitchen and a communal campfire in the center of this hut. So you make some food and prepare your spells and shine your armor up and sharpen your weapons, and you're ready for another day of adventuring.
Fantastic.
Step outside away from everybody and get myself some major armor.
Alright, no wild magic yet, Thomas.
Like how that's your new. That's your morning routine.
Pardon me, I
Move
gotta go
away.
take a leak.
At least 30 feet away.
One of those
scare
days you'll
anybody
take a
with
leak
my,
and there'll be an explosion. Whoa, what was in that soup?
Yeah.
Everything's unchanged. As far as like the appearance of the Yakfolk village in the morning, the bodies are everything's just as you left it.
All right. To Ironslag.
Question
guys,
is, do we want stairs or elevator?
Well, the stairs are giant size, so that would be probably the safest.
they're
But it'd be the irritating. At least it's going down though. We don't have to climb them.
All right, guys. We'll need an athletics check to push back through these first set of doors.
Anybody helping me?
Yeah, I will. Ren.
Guidance myself.
Easily. You just don't even stop walking. Damn, you just push through. And you get to the portcullis. You can still see this chain moving, the platform. Another athletics check to try and lift the portcullis.
Yeah, help him there too.
Alright, you have advantage then.
Give him the help action.
And you have a choice then. You can overexert yourself and suffer a level of exhaustion. Or you're not going to be able to get this portcullis open. You can drop it.
I will drop it.
Alright, you just let go and poof, you can't muster the strength this morning to open the portcullis.
All right, Norin tries it, and I'll help Norin.
If you've already given the help action, you can't help again because
I'll put
you're
guidance.
also out
Guidance
of
on
energy.
Alright. I'll help.
Alright, Norin, make an athletics check with advantage. Thomas is helping you and Dan's giving you guidance. And Norin, you just start lifting and you're struggling to do it by yourself. Thomas comes over and he begins lifting, and then you like jam your antlers into the portcullis and lift, and you're able to hold it open so everyone can get through.
Just hold it open with my antlers.
Alright, you guys get through, and then you just release the portcullis, slams back into the ground, and you see the chains of the elevator moving around. And
I want to kind of peer down over the edge here. How far down is the elevator at the moment?
it is, you're not sure. It's just dark down there.
Oh, it's just it's out of sight.
Yeah.
Oh well, the chains on the sides here. Do they look like the elevator's moving up, or is it moving down?
They actually don't like kind of loop up these chains. Seems to be some sort of concealed mechanism that has the actual chains in it, like in this area here. So you couldn't tell if there's a heap of chain or not.
Okay.
Maybe we'd be better off trying to see if that button stops it and see if it draws a few up at it instead of getting down there and fighting everybody at the same time.
It's not a bad idea. I like it.
Or we could actually send something down that can see in the dark and see where everything is. That's just crazy talk.
I can see in the dark.
Just throw Roderick over the edge.
What do you see?
Granite.
I see a rock. It's coming up very fast.
You identify that stone as the ground.
I'll tell you how hard it is in a minute.
But yeah, I mean, if we want to send the imp down, that's not a bad idea either. Check it out.
We have to count until we hear Roderick hit the bottom, so we know how far it is.
As you guys are standing here, the elevator comes to the top. The rusted cog-shaped platform. It stops.
Well, if we think this thing it's going to stop the elevator from moving, and we want to like come up with a plan, do we want to go ahead and hit this lever real quick?
Can't this guy send his imaginary
can try.
creature down to check?
Well, yeah, but let him send his creature down, but leave the elevator up here so we don't have to wait for it again.
But why would we want to make any changes at all to this elevator
To draw them up.
to draw an attention? Right.
Yeah. No
Is there a
matter
reason
what.
why?
Yeah. No
That's
matter
what we do.
how many are down there, we want to drop a few at a time. We can start that process now.
So actually, if they, well, I guess it would depend if they're able to start it back. If they come up through the stairs, then maybe it's kind of a choke point. If they start coming, if they are able to turn the elevator back on and they hop on and come back up, then we can like stop it right before it gets to the top and like
Yep.
shoot them before they can actually climb out.
Or we can just let the elevator do another round. I don't know how long it takes to do it. We can let it do another round.
At this stage, the
and
elevator
let
has
the imp go
begun descending.
explore.
So we didn't see this elevator when we were in Ironslag earlier.
No.
Okay.
Well,
I
now
can
we
hear
know.
the sound
even
of the cranking chains, and the elevator
Even
begins to
Roderick.
descend.
So Roderick and Ren, when we were trapped in here before we escaped, we didn't see anything.
Nope.
Okay.
The chains continue to crank, and then the platform seems to stop. It only stops for about 30 seconds, and then it seems to continue down, and it begins stopping at 30-second intervals multiple times.
Now's a good time to scout with the imp.
All right, Takar. Let's see what's down there. So I'll send the imp down.
All right, he starts descending down this elevator shaft, and he heads down for about 60 feet, and he starts to see a series of cold, dark chambers with a 50-foot high ceiling, about 3 different tunnels leading off south, east, and west. And the shaft continues down below that.
And so he doesn't say anything in any of those chambers?
That's it. It's just a 50-foot high, cold, dark, empty, vast chamber, like some tunnels.
Does it look like the elevator platform has made it all the way to the bottom as it continues to go down?
He doesn't see the elevator platform.
He's going to keep going down.
Okay. He descends down for another 40 feet, and he sees another series of tunnels. This time 2 different tunnels. They're very similar looking. They're 50 feet high, and they just cut straight into the side of this mountain. There's no sign of any activity. It's cold,
All right.
dark, and empty.
All right, so he'll continue to go down and notice until there's a difference in that description.
Okay. He continues down, and you're going to be waiting a little while. So while he's doing that, does anyone else want to do anything? Or happy to just wait till the imp returns, if the imp returns?
I'm happy to wait. Could always
I'm going to spend the time searching the area for any, I don't know, secret doors.
Alright, make a perception check then. The imp doesn't need to make a stealth check. I never asked for a stealth check. Alright, yeah, there's no secret doors here, Than. It's just kind of very rough-hewn, cavernous area with no secrets to behold.
Rand is just keeping an eye on the stairs over here to make sure nobody comes up them.
Thomas
Okay.
is going to try to break apart one of these crates into 10 pieces of wood.
It made me make you roll on the wild magic surge table.
from breaking apart a crate with
They're not crates.
Yeah, they don't
They're not
exist.
crates anymore. There are no crates.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, you guys are just sort of milling about, and the imp continues to see floor after floor after floor of. All right. They look like mines. He starts to see some smaller tunnels now. They're about 20 foot in diameter. They're rough hewn, and they're probably just tall and wide enough for a fire giant to navigate. And you start to see spiked to many of these tunnels' floors are rail tracks that could be built for some sort of ore cart. But there's no carts to be seen, and they're empty. He keeps going down. He makes his way down for about 9 levels like this, and suddenly the platform is coming up. He sees the platform rising towards him. So he can, if you want to continue down even more, he can kind of slip in between the gap in between the wall and the platform easily enough. And he's probably about 250 feet down at this stage, Jarek.
He'll just come back up with the platform.
Okay, he just rests on the platform. The platform's empty, and it takes him about 8 minutes for the platform to get him back up to the top. And yeah, the tunnel these mines just seem to continue down and down and down. Maybe for the entirety of Ironslag, like entirety of this plateau.
How long was the platform gone in total?
Make a intelligence check, Thomas. To you, it felt like a while, maybe half an hour. Could have been quicker.
Quick, Oren, let's throw the lever while it's up.
Okay.
Alright, why not?
It's 10 feet above the floor.
I'll reach up and get it.
All right, you can reach it, Norin. Just so it's heavy. Make an athletics check.
Jump up, put my weight on.
All right, you almost snap it. That's why they have these spare plates laying around. You're able to you're able to pull down this mechanism, and suddenly this entire spindle, it retracts from the rig, and the spindle continues turning, and the elevator just stops moving. The axle is disconnected.
All right. I'll reciprocate.
You broke it.
Just stopped it. I think if we put it back the other way, it will go back down again.
Back home, we'd call that disengaging the clutch.
What is a clutch?
Yeah, that's another. It's a small purse my mom carries around.
All right, so the elevator has been disengaged. The elevator took the disengage action. And are you guys just going to wait to see if something comes up?
Well, if the stairs and the elevator go to the same places, if the imp did not seen for 200-something feet.
Yeah, it looked like just empty, like abandoned, like they're not in use, that's for sure.
Possibly no giants will come.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take the elevator then.
I was going to grab a metal plate and slide down the stairs.
The elevator begins doing nothing because the axle's still disengaged.
Okay,
Are we going to take the elevator?
Fine with me. Whatever you guys want.
Yeah,
okay.
let's do it.
I'll reach up and try to reactivate the elevator.
I'll help you and give you guidance.
Okay. All right, make another athletics check. A little bit harder to push it up than it is to pull it down, but you get it. You crank it up and then quickly jump on the elevator. And you wait for about 2 minutes, and then the elevator platform begins descending. You're just hearing the sound of the cranking winch. And
Tell everybody, I'm very confident it'll take us about exactly 15 minutes to get to the.
you guys just head down, and you spend the next 10 minutes just seeing various levels of this abandoned mine. Maybe a broken pick here, a rusty shovel there, the occasional empty cart resting on tracks. You've passed actually multiple levels of this mine shaft so far, 10 at this stage. And yeah, you've been traveling for about 10 minutes as well, maybe a little bit longer. Or maybe if you ask Thomas, it's been like 2 hours. It feels like it's been about 10 minutes.
Forever, man.
So you guys start to hear now. You must have descended about 400 feet at this stage. You're surprised you haven't hit the bottom. You begin to hear the distant sounds of a mining operation at one particular level, maybe about 12 levels down. It sounds like picks striking stone and sounds of rocks being shoveled into metal carts. But I mean, the tunnel, it just leads into darkness, so it sounds like there's some mining operation going on maybe a few hundred feet away behind a corner or something. The platforms have only been stopping. It's only been stopping for 30 seconds at every level. So you've got 30 seconds to decide whether you're getting off here or not.
Let's get off.
All right.
All right. Let's get off.
Okay.
I can't find it.
All right, you guys jump off, and you're pretty much just in a multi-level labyrinth of 20-foot diameter rough-hewn tunnels. Yeah, you just, it's like a maze. I mean, there are 3 different paths that you could have taken, but you've obviously jumped off at the area in which you can hear the mining. And there's just like, they're pretty featureless. There's like an upward or downward sloping passage from what you guys can see. The tunnel leads down the hall for about 120 feet, and then it takes a right-hand turn, and you can see like a bit of a glow of light, and it looks like just around the corner is where this mining is happening.
Cast dark vision on myself.
Okay.
All I see is blackness.
Yeah, you can definitely hear something is going on. You can't see though, because they're about, yeah, there's a corner, pretty much.
I'll have to get somebody to guide me. I
I'll
don't want to
put-
light up.
I'll put darkness on Norin also.
Oh, is there something
Darkness?
there? Otherwise.
Wow.
That's just me.
I don't need to be
Yeah,
an
that's
ass,
just
Thomas. Come on. I mean, he's already disabled it enough, and now you're going to cast darkness on him. All right, so
That's it?
yeah, just picture. You said darkness, so it was just. All right, so
Is that a dark-
just
dark
picture
vision? You said dark.
picture yourselves looking down a 20-foot wide rough-hewn tunnel, which is pretty much featureless. The ground kind of slopes up and down a little bit, and then at the end of the tunnel there is this faint orange glow, and accompanied with the sounds of pickaxes hitting stone.
I can't find myself or on the map or anything. It's just
Yeah.
all black.
That's
That's why I
you
said
shouldn't
picture
be
yourself.
Yeah. Theater of the mind.
So-
There's no
Can we
map.
send? I'm going to send the imp down, guys. See if we can see anything. I know they probably have slaves doing the mining because giants don't mine themselves. So let's see if there are any giants that are attending to the slaves. Is that okay?
Go for it.
All right. So that's what we'll do.
All right. The imp flies up ahead, and you just peer around the corner. The imp can make a stealth check. There's actually a thick kind of smoke that is present here. It causes the imp to actually have disadvantage on perception checks. There's an area of light obscurement. There's a few stalagmites sticking up from the ground. The first thing he noticed is a dead dwarf about 15 feet away from him. The dwarf is just wearing some plain clothes and he's covered in his own blood. And he's just laying on his back. And looking actually around the corner, a large cavern opens up and you can see these rivers of lava illuminating what looks like a giant snake that seems to be made completely of fire. It wields in its hand a spear, and there is plainly visible a few stubby figures. Everything's in black and white, and it's very hard for the imp to see. But the lava doesn't seem to illuminate these figures, but they look like dwarves. They're about 4 feet tall. They seem to be chained, and they're just hammering away at a shelf of stone, being watched over by these creatures. So at least 2 of these creatures. And it's just in an enormous cavern, which has a 20-foot high ceiling.
Okay. So, how large were those creatures? Would you say?
They are large size, and they have snake-like bodies, so they're kind of coiled. Like the lower half of their bodies are kind of coiled around their base, but they rise up to a height of about 10 feet. They're maybe about 15 feet long. Just like got this like purple flame.
Yep.
Just coming off the top of their heads.
So I'll have them come back, and then we'll report what we saw.
There's a lot of noise going on as well between the sounds of the flowing lava, and it sounded like just a cacophony of pickaxes hitting stone.
Well,
So we can either choose to save these dwarves that we have here, or we can continue down.
Yeah, I'm done with.
There weren't any gongs that we saw, right? Like no warning device.
He didn't get a very good look at the entire chamber, poking his head around the corner, but he didn't see anything like that.
How many guards?
Probably 2 or 3.
We can save them on the way out, or we can... I'm okay either way. Roderick, they're your
Well-
people.
We might be in a hurry on the way out, so remember that as well.
They may have something to alert the giants to a problem, though.
Yeah, but if we pass them, they may get called down to the giants too.
Yes, there is that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of leaving things
Behind
to
us.
potentially come into our wake. Yeah.
We can
Yeah,
plant a
let's,
bean.
Yeah, let's let us go and take care of these creatures.
Sounds good.
All right, you guys move up as close as you dare without being detected, and then you're quite close to around the corner. The sound of pickaxes clanging, they do obscure the sounds that you guys make from at least this distance. So here you guys are. This is the smoke. It makes everything lightly obscured. It's very dark in here, and this is like that corner, and then the cave opens up around to your right. You can kind of just see this salamander. He's illuminated by a bright glowing river of lava, and you guys can just make out some vague figures. They seem to be shackled, and they have mining picks in their hands. If you were to move up any closer, you would need to make stealth checks if you want to be undetected.
So can I leave my so the lantern I've got, it's a bullseye lantern. So can I light it but have, or basically have it covered so that it's on, so as soon as we get in there I can like uncover it and see shit.
That's a hooded lantern.
Oh, so that's not what I've got.
I thought you had a hooded lantern.
No, it says bullseye lantern. I don't know what the difference is.
Bullseye lantern is like 120 feet of concentrated light. It goes a
it's
lot.
more
It
like
goes
just a
further, but it's
flashlight.
got a small. Yeah, exactly. It's got a smaller angle of light that comes off of
Oh,
it.
okay.
Hooded lantern is the one where you can put the hood down and block the light.
Okay. Oh wait, so can I just turn it the other way then?
You could. It only illuminates light in one direction, but I mean the light is visible from.
Oh yeah. I guess.
If you have line of sight of something and you've got that light going, they'll be able to see the light.
Norn has a hooded lantern that he will hand to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Alright, yeah, this hooded lantern, Rand, you can put the hood down and it gives you 5 foot of dim light, which is what you're already seeing.
Okay. So then when we get in there, I'll be okay.
And I think it's like says it's a an action to take the hood up, which is pretty harsh, but that's what it says.
Oh, it's an action?
It's pretty harsh.
Because I know we've played it as taking an item interaction before.
So put a
When Norin used
hood
it.
down on a lantern.
We're just using something.
Lighting a torch is an
Oh
interactive
yeah,
object.
I guess it was when I was lighting it that it was just
Yeah,
item
that's
interaction.
different. The torches are pre-oiled and you've got some flint tinder handy. All you got to do is put a spark on it and you catch it on fire.
Well, that's okay because we're not right beside. As soon as we decide to engage, my first one won't be able to
Alright,
do
Roderick
anything.
casts Pass Without Trace. Okay, so it helps to conceal you
Let's
guys.
move closer.
Try to get us sneak up and get a surprise.
Alright, you won't be able to head straight down the middle of this tunnel, but there is a wall of stone here or here that you could hide behind. And as you guys move up, I'll need a group stealth check. As you do move up as well, you can clearly see a heap of shield dwarves. They are chained at their ankles and they're hammering away picks, as there are a couple of rock gnomes that they actually got a mine cart. They're filling up the mine cart and one of them is very lackadaisically pushing it along an old looking track, and he's coughing and spluttering from all the smoke.
I mean, it's a good thing that we have a +10 to this thing right now.
Yeah.
And just need the Imp and Jarek to make a stealth check too. And is anyone at disadvantage?
Sorry about that. I was pushing the wrong key. I'm gonna not run up with the group since I do most of my stuff from a distance.
It's a group
So-
stealth check though. You still have to.
Right. Yep. I'm gonna do that, but I'm just letting you know I'm not moving up.
Yeah, you can move. You move. You can be on the map wherever you want to be. It's up to you.
Norin definitely has a disadvantage. Not that it would, hurt him anymore.
Okay. You're not at disadvantage, right, Jarek, with your armor?
That is correct.
Okay. Alright, so there are 7 of you. So you guys are good. The salamander has not detected your approach.
Alright. On 3.
1, 2, 5.
5.
You got
So I
quite
guess
close.
we-
You can see the dwarves.
We attack.
Who's
Yeah.
attacking? Who's doing what?
I'm gonna throw a chromatic orb at him.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright, you guys see Thomas in the midst of casting a spell. Let's roll initiative. Salamander's surprised.
Big 7. All right. Makes sense.
Alright, Thomas. Go for it. And what damage type?
A little ball of snow.
Alrighty. You just send this diamond-shaped, bright blue, frigid beam of energy straight into the salamander, and it's a direct hit. The salamander just doesn't even know what hit it. It screeches, and you start to see the embers that kind of translate as the salamander's hair start to rapidly dissipate, and this massive black dark wound from the ice appears on the salamander's body, and it's vulnerable. It takes 44 points of cold damage.
Damn.
Nice.
Well, then in that case, I'm gonna quicken a ray of frost to.
That's another direct hit, and it just slams into the salamander, leaving another dark wound on its fiery form, and the base of it starts to freeze. The salamander is looking very badly hurt. At the imp's turn.
Right, he'll just continue to be silent, and he'll move up just a little bit and go into defensive mode, I guess.
Oh, you took yourself with the imp there, Jarek. Alright, the imp will take the dodge action. Alright, Salamander surprised. Rand, you're up.
All right, so I'll uncover the lantern as my action.
Okay. The glow from the lantern meets the dark recesses of this cavern and illuminates this thick fog, this smoke, and yeah, kind of adds to the light already coming off this river of lava.
20. And I'm not gonna rage just yet. That's yeah. So I'll just stop right there.
Okay, Derek.
Shield
So,
wars, they
Tell
won't
me
know.
about this lantern that he just lit. How far does that light go out?
It's a hooded lantern, so it has 60 feet of light, 30 feet of dim, and 30 feet of bright. You should be able to see the lighting on the map accurately.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm in dim light still, is that correct?
It yeah, looks like you're in dim light.
So am I seen real quick? Am I seen by the salamander or no? Where I'm at?
Yeah, you've got direct line of sight. It can see you, and you can see it. Well, it's
All right.
well, you don't really know what a salamander's vision is, but unless it's blinded, yeah, anyone could see you if you're in dim light.
Okay.
If it has dark vision, then you'd appear in color, and it would have a good vision of you.
Yeah. All right. Then I'm just gonna cast a spell at it.
That's a hit. Alright, the beam slams into the salamander, and a lick of flame and lava spills off of its body. You fire again, And do you have spell sniper, Jarek, or something that allows you to avoid cover?
No.
Alright, it's big enough to avoid cover. That's a hit. Another beam slams into it, and the salamander is just like melting by the looks of it.
And let's push it back 10 feet, please.
Alright, you knock it back, and it kind of just rolls over this river of lava, and it doesn't affect it. Alright, salamander is surprised. Roderick.
All right, I will step out a bit. Yeah, to go out there and take some shots at the salamander with the longbow.
That's a hit. The arrow kind of erupts in flame as it bursts through the salamander, and lava is just dripping out of that wound. It's almost dead. You fire again, and the salamander just falls back and kind of just melts down and joins this river of lava. It did have a spear in its hand. The spear falls into lava as well.
Yeah.
Nora dives in after it.
Doesn't leave much behind.
See how far. Oh yeah, it's about as far as I can move. Yeah, and I can't see any more salamanders around.
Looks like we cleared the stage, guys.
Yeah. Well, maybe. So.
No, the imp definitely saw two. He saw two, at least.
Okay. I just can't see it from this angle.
Damn.
Alright, I will step up here. 15 feet. 20 feet. I see nothing. These prisoners are all shackled.
Yeah, they've got manacles around their legs, and not their arms.
Are they held? Meaning, can they walk away from this area? Would they be able to do that?
You take a quick look. All the manacles around their legs are a manacle to the next dwarf next to them. You're not sure if that manacle is anchored to the wall anyway. They have their arms free, and they're using pickaxes. They could be manacled to the wall. You can't see all of them. They seem to form a line around the side of this wall to your left.
All right, I just say we're friends. Can you get yourselves out of here?
They haven't even reacted yet. They're also surprised. They start to sort of look over at you.
I will move up, I guess, 30 feet. And I see another salamander here.
Yep.
And I will command it. Salamander. They haven't spoken yet, have they? I don't know what they like. Shit.
No, he's like does not even. He's not even aware. Well, he's aware of your presence. He's not surprised anymore. He's just turned around and looked at you, but he hasn't even had a chance to say anything.
All right. I'll just toll the dead him from here.
All right, the salamander fails, and a big rivulet of lava splurches out of its body.
Yeah, I'll bonus action just dash back over to here.
Norin.
15, 20, 25, and 30. I can't see anything. Oh, there's one guy just all by himself.
He's he looks like he's loading some buckets of ore into a cart. A rock gnome. They're all these prisoners are wearing like stained clothing. It looks like it's stained with soot. It's very light clothing. They look very decrepit. Their faces are completely blackened by charcoal.
Oh. All right. I'm going to ready in action. I'm gonna throw a spear. If an enemy comes within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
No, not 30. 20 feet.
Okay.
30 is for javelins. It's my turn.
Thomas.
I'll move up to there and already a ray of frost in case see anything come within 60 feet. Anyway.
All right. When you call out to the dwarves to that you're here to free them, the dwarves kind of just cower a little bit, and it's not in dwarven spirit to usually look so broken, but these dwarves, they don't even attempt to escape. They just kind of cower. They barely even lower their picks. Some of them are still working. They seem limited in their movement. They try to move away from the fighting and whatnot, but they can't go really more than 5 feet. And even this gnome who was filling some of this cart with buckets of ore, he just ducks prone. He gets down and ducks. All right, Mr. Imp.
Okay, I'll just move forward.
You selected yourself there as well, Jarek.
And he'll dodge.
Rand.
Where's this other guy at? Oh, there he is.
There he is.
30. 35. And I'll hold my action, my attack, until if he gets close enough.
Jarek.
Okay, I'm going to move just a bit so he's within range. And then I'll fire at him again. This other one.
That's a hit. That beam slams into his side as he turns around. And second beam goes awry.
It does. And then I will move backwards.
Alright, this salamander looks kind of shocked that the other one has just been destroyed and he's just been hit. And it very, very angrily starts snaking its way towards you, Rend. It moves around the minecart, and Norin, you can use your 25 feet. So you're not close enough. Alright, Thomas, you hit it with a ray of frost. And what was the trigger for your ray of frost, Thomas?
We can't hear you if you're talking.
He was when he could see it. Like within 60 feet.
Yeah.
Doesn't it slow him?
Was that... as soon as it started moving, you could see it, right? Like when it took its first...
Yeah, 5 feet has put him in range.
Alright, so alright, you intercept the salamander with that ray of frost. It slams into its snaky tail and begins to cause this like sort of ice slushy to form as it moves. It is vulnerable, so it takes double damage, and it ends up taking the dash action and just dashes up to Ren. And
So
Ren,
can I hit him now?
you can use your reaction as well. And I think that also puts... Nope, still not in range of you, Norin.
He's still out of range. Man, I need to get more javelins.
Just use the Giant Slayer.
Alright, you've got the Giant Slayer out. Okay.
Yeah, I figured it'd be kind of pointless to use the Flame Tongue.
That's a hit. Alright, you slash through it and it's almost completely destroyed. Roderick. Alright, you knock an arrow, fire, some lavery blood splurts out of it. And that actually misses. The arrow combusts on impact. Alright, also, oh yeah, one other thing, Rend, when you hit this salamander, it like lava splashes out on you, and you take 9 fire damage from attacking it.
Alright.
Van.
Alright, I step up behind Norin and oops. I did not mean to do that. Sorry.
Pat him on the back and tell him you got this.
I'm gonna Toledead on him and then put the help action on him as well.
Alright,
Bonus
the
action.
salamander fails and it just is like melting like a candle, and then you call out to the salamander and distract it. It focuses its attention on you. Norin.
Alright, yeah, Norn will kind of grunt a little bit, like put the spear away, get the trident out. Go for a stab.
It's a miss.
Wow.
It takes its spear and blocks your attack. Good use of the help action.
Advantage right there. Damn. Make another attack.
That hits.
Man, still though. Come on.
You pierce the magical trident into the salamander's chest, and then the salamander just erupts in flame and just melts down into this tube that dissipates onto the ground and seems to seep into the stone floor. A bit of lava does splash up and you're hit for 4 fire damage. But that's the end of the salamander, as its blackened spear drops to the ground as well.
Spear you say? I'll pick that up.
It's alright, when you touch it, it burns you, Norin. And it's huge as well. It's like way too big for you to use. You do take 6 fire damage when you grab it though.
Hey, now we've got something we can
It,
stop the water with.
Yeah, it was like red hot when you touched it, Norin. It just immediately seared your hand. You had to drop it onto the ground.
Should have known better, but whatever. I saw a spear, brain shut off.
Oh my god, look at all these slaves.
Bunch more slaves over here, guys.
Alright, as you guys look around, it does not appear that there are any more salamanders. These tunnels continue on, and the heat here is oppressive. You see gnomes, dwarves, and humans, and a single elf. They're all bound by their ankles. They're all armed with pickaxes or shovels, and they're tirelessly working away here. They all huddle down as you guys start to move in, but then a couple of them call out, "Rend! Norin! It's the heroes!" And let's take a 10-minute break. We'll
Not
see.
much of a hero if they're already back here.
I like that. We are here. You are saved.
The hero that picks up
Again.
red hot metal.
Don't touch that,
So-
Norin.
Is it could I use it as like a pike maybe? I don't know. I'm
You gonna
The
try to pick it up
spear?
again?
Yeah.
It's unwieldy. You'd be at disadvantage to use it.
Oh, never mind.
It's designed for a much larger creature than you.
Man,
But you
I
could
told
use
you to
it.
stockpile those fucking javelins.
It does
I did
2d6.
stockpile them, but
You
I was a good
stockpile like
person.
5 of them.
Well, it's because I was a good person and I was trying to arm those people that we just left in the woods, so they
Minimum
didn't.
80 on hand. Minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Bag of holding, buddy.
Yeah.
He's not core.
Hey, I'm just passing on what my ancestors taught me.
How many arrows did core end up with by the end of that campaign?
800 and something.
Oh, I thought it was at least 1,000.
No, it was 800. It was in the 800s. It was glorious.
Oh, that's what I should do. I should get a couple quivers of arrows. I bet those make good animated objects.
I got some, if you want some arrows. I've got 47.
I've got, well, if I run out of torches, I've got 20 torches that are just unlit clubs. Mechanically, they're the same, I think. But arrows would be lighter to carry, I think. So I could carry more. I'll be right back.
These people are really unlucky when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say they are. Got stolen from their home for the first time, then they get rescued, and then, well, back to back to the mines.
Not as unlucky as the people we saved in the Yak village.
Quote unquote saved.
Yeah. Or avenged.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're living their best afterlife now. They don't have to worry about it anymore.
They're in Valhalla or wherever they worship. We charge if we have to rescue him a third time.
So,
Well,
real quick, why are we in here again?
Dwarf King wanted us to stop the fire giants from something. Oh, we had to save some dwarves from the fire giants.
that was the first time through, and now
And-
we came back to rescue the other people, which I guess we found some more of those.
And there's also
And,
a rune, overall story. We're looking for a rune that these giants might
Yeah.
have, right?
Yeah, so we're probably gonna take care of the rest of the giants that are here. I mean,
Yeah.
because we killed 5 or 6 last time we were here, but there was still more, and we were pretty banged up, so we skedaddled.
So all the giants are on a rampage. You know, the hill giants, fire giants. Ice
Yeah, I know
giants,
I know the story, but
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. You guys were here, you left, now you came back, and it's because you didn't finish something that you needed to do. Is that right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So the idea then is to also free these guys as well, correct?
Yeah.
Or anyone we find, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
freeing everyone is kind of a bonus.
Just makes us feel good for a little while.
Till they get captured again.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, would we be taking them back up the elevator and then
Oh,
into
no.
the Yak village and having them
I was just
do
going to
what?
tell them.
Stay there until we come back?
We can probably just tell them to take the elevator up themselves, and just stay in that. Because none of them are going to be strong enough to open that gate. So
Oh, yeah.
probably just tell them to hang out in that room until we come back.
There's
I mean,
a,
unless
there's a bunch of them. I'm sure with advantage on helps, they can eventually get it open and out.
because there is food in that village that they could probably take, and there's probably some other things they could use.
There's some yak beef they could cook.
Yeah, if they're not opposed to that.
So if I was a lizard folk, I would totally be down for yak folk meat, but I'm not a lizard folk, so I'm not gonna be I don't think Norin would eat a sentient creature or something that was sentient.
Yeah, it's a good distinction. They're not sentient anymore.
Yeah, that's why I had to throw in that proviso.
Yeah, so they can just ride the elevator on the way back up.
Mm-hmm.
How's everyone doing?
Okay.
All right. So as the salamanders have fallen, the dwarves slowly stop working, and cries from some of the humans seem to recognize you from As they speak, the humans seem to recognize you all. Oh, Rand! Norin! Oh, the heroes have arrived! The ones we spoke of!
Silence, cattle.
Jeez.
What?
Sorry, never mind.
Try to guess open the. Can we get the manacles off?
How are you going
Take
about
it.
that? Depends. I don't know, can you?
Got a hammer and
Chop
crowbar.
off the foot. That's
Yeah, are they tied to the
Chop
wall
off
or
their
anything?
feet? They're actually not. They're actually not chained to the wall. They're only chained to each other, with just a few feet of slack in between their legs.
I try
All
to
manacled.
start picking the locks if I can, or whatever, if it's possible.
All right. Yeah, make a check with your thieves' tools. All right. So
you're a bard.
yeah, the prisoners seem to be split into three different groups, and picking like the manacles on one, pretty much. I mean, you only need to make one check for one group. You're able to free these ones, and they start rubbing their ankles. They're mostly rock gnomes, male and female. There are a couple of humans, and there is a single elf. The humans seem to recognize you guys. The gnomes are very thankful, and a few gnomes also recognize you all. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you going to free the others as well? One of the little gnomes says.
Of course.
Alright, so you freed
If
this
you
group.
said no.
Oh, and then, were you freeing that group? I'll make another check anyway, then. May as well make 3 checks while you're at it.
Okay.
It'll take you about 20 minutes to free them all. And yeah, the locks are very poorly made then. You easily just unlock their ankle shackles. And you get all of the dwarves, gnomes, and humans free. And yeah, there's about 28 slaves here. Oh, thank you kindly. Modern's blessings. So the elf speaks. There's only one elf amongst all these prisoners. So yeah, the elf just says, are you planning to go lower, deeper into Ironslag?
Yep.
I believe so, yeah.
Yes.
I have been down there. There are more slaves that have been put to work. They turn the great wheel.
We freed one group of those a few days ago.
This great wheel, what does it... Oh, the great wheel that we saw when we went in the front doors last time?
Oh, you have seen it? Yes, they have many working there. Ah, I have spoken to the other prisoners. They had said you had freed some of them. Aye, this human steps forward, human male. They sure
Some dwarves
freed
didn't
us,
make it.
and then that damn scoundrel got us all captured again. Jasper.
Yeah, he's dead. Don't you worry about that.
We was attacked by a bunch of barbarians, and we'd fled. I remember you too. One of them points to you, Jarek. You were there, you witnessed it. Jasper said he knew a safe place, and he led us off into the woods for a day. We arrived at a great mountain and ascended 12,000 steps. At the top, there was a village. Cow people. They were very nice. They welcomed us. We ate their food and drank their soup and smoked their weed. And when we woke up, we were in manacles. Jasper there, standing, heckling us, amused at our capture and enslavement. That bastard! He was in on it all along. He led us right into the cow people's hands. We were separated. Some were made to work the fields. Others brung down here, where we've been having to work to the bone. Non-stop until the point we're about to collapse. I may be a northerner, a true northerner. And I may be a hard worker, but this heat... can I take this heat?
We have plenty of water if you need it.
Aye. Thank
And
you.
the Yak village has been cleared out for you.
I killed the last of them.
Serves them bastards right. So, there's a way up there. The elevator. Is it clear?
Everything above us is clear. So
Everything up is clear. Yeah.
Alright.
see it coming up, get on and ride it to the.
And
Just ride it to the top and go through a couple gates and you're free.
the village. Is the way down the steps clear?
It should
Yeah.
be all clear.
We took out the chimera.
Yeah. All
There's
the
nothing
Yak people.
nothing left alive up there.
Alright. Everyone!
Women.
We're getting out of here! Thank you
Good luck
all.
with them.
Oh, and
Good luck with portcullis.
there is a portcullis up there that is rather hard to lift. You may
You look
28
like a
of you
sturdy.
might
You
be
look
over.
like sturdy folk.
The dwarves just yell, "Pa! Portcullis, schmortcullis! I'll lift that. No problem."
Exactly.
You could bring
maybe
some
bring
picks
some
so
of
you
those
can mine around
pickaxes
it.
and go around it.
Yeah.
We were thinking the same thing.
That's what Roderick said.
Nah,
20
that's
28
limestone. That will take far too long to dig under. You call yourself a dwarf.
I wanted to say.
Alright, is there anything else we should know about? Any other hazards?
One of the bridges is rotten.
Oh yeah, there might be a statue that's dissing me.
Yes, if you see a dwarven statue spewing out crap about Roderick, just ignore it.
I've seen stranger things. Alright. Alright, everyone! We're gonna hustle. We'll try to make the journey over to the mines. The dwarven mines, that is. Good luck, all. Thank you
You as well.
kindly.
You guys don't want to escort them and lift that gate? You think they can do it themselves?
They got dwarves. They're good.
Yeah, they got
Yeah. There's like 28 of them.
Yeah.
Come out. There'd be like 28
can't
dead.
lift it.
Yeah,
army
you feel
dwarves.
like they would be able to work together and lift it. Alright, they all flee, so they quickly run off to get the next elevator. Meanwhile, just this single elf, Weary, is just still
she's single, is she?
standing there. She may be.
We don't have a good track record with elves. They usually end up dying on us.
She looks concerned, and when she hears that, she
Oh, I don't say that out loud.
she starts running with everyone else.
Jeez.
I don't say that
Do you
out
need
loud.
an escort to get down to the lower level? I can take you through the tunnels. I've had to go
Excellent.
a few times. And
Oh wait.
I have this. It was a gift by one of the gnomes. And she pulls out a little metal mouse and she puts it on the ground and it starts to move about 5 feet to the north and then it just stops. It squeaks as it moves.
That ought to come in handy.
Pull out my golden lions. Yeah. Golden lion, I choose you.
I don't
No, I don't.
know if it could help you at all, but would you take it as a gift from me
There's
to
a
you?
string
Cool.
I guess. Yeah.
This little clockwork mouse trinket. Now, who wants it?
I'm gonna add it to my collection, and it's gonna
There you go.
Gotta catch them all, huh?
Yep.
Throw out a lion and a mouse at the same time.
Alright,
You grabbed the wrong one.
these tunnels continue on. You follow the tracks, and they lead all the way to the forge. There are more salamanders. They load and unload coal. I can take you. I can take you up if you like.
What about the elevator? Where does the elevator go to?
We are forbidden to take the elevator. I'm not sure.
Best you go with the others to get through that portcullis.
Well, if we're gonna take the tunnels, we could use a guide. But if we're gonna take the elevator,
The tunnels are a maze, but I know them well. I've been here for
But you say
far too long.
there are more slaves in the tunnels. Is that correct? There are more.
In the forge. They are in the
Oh,
forge.
That's in Ironslag.
Our path is a dangerous one. It's up to you. If you want to join us, we could use your help. But
you
I
can
don't
you can
wish
take
to
us straight
join
to the
you.
forge?
But I can guide you to the forge, yes.
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, lead the way.
all right.
Just try to
Alright.
stay safe.
Weary just takes you down these snaking maze of tunnels. You see minecart tracks veering off in all different directions, and you travel for about 20 more minutes. And Norin, roll me a 1d20.
Okay.
All right, you start to make your way around the corner, and then you can hear the mechanical sounds of the forge up ahead, maybe about 100 feet away from you guys around the corner. There's just like this big glow of Ironslag. As you know, the interior of this forge was illuminated. You're just following like a wooden minecart track. So this is as far as Weary will go. I'll make my way back now. Thank you.
Farewell.
The forge is just around the corner.
Stay safe and good luck.
Thank you.
As she departs, she just runs back upstairs.
Alright. I imagine we need to start moving quietly.
Wait, so are we going west or southeast?
You guys came from the west, you're heading down this
Okay.
way. And you can start to feel the intense heat from the forge here. You can start to hear the sound of that rattling bucket chain system.
How long has it been for my pass without trace?
This took all up since you cast it. It's been about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Well, we got another 15 then?
Sneak up on.
This
Yeah.
tunnel is dark, but you can clearly see the illuminated walls of Ironslag up ahead.
Got the buckets on the chain.
Do you want to hood your lantern?
I think everything's bright at this point.
The tunnel is dark.
Oh,
It seemed like this bobbing lantern coming out might be a giveaway.
As you peer around the corner, and the oppressive heat washes over you, you see this ore depository, and the first thing you notice is a shield dwarf. He's standing in front of this this bucket. He's also chained at his legs, and he is transferring some contents of a minecart into one of these buckets, and the chain is moving to the east, moving constantly. You see the dwarf tirelessly working, which is another shield dwarf captive. It's quite a long tunnel as well. This rail system just continues all the way up to to its ceases inside the walls of Ironslag.
We're in tiptoes.
Are we sneaking up?
We can try.
I think we should.
All right,
Ren just tiptoeing.
quietly. Let's see if we can quietly get down there.
Alright, you'll be able to get to the end of the tunnel before you need to make a stealth check. So if you go that far, make a stealth check. Make a group stealth check. And then you can just come to the end of this rail track and peer around the corner. There's like a wooden barrier here. You see 3 pairs of black basalt pillars supporting the ceiling. The bucket chain is passing through these gaps in the western wall. You notice a single salamander guarding these 4 dwarves, and there are even wooden barrels and crates here. Alright, you couldn't really get any further than this without just being in plain view. Everything is brightly illuminated in Ironslag. The heat is... It's something that you need to kind of contend with as well. The salamander is kind of more focused on the dwarves, and he hasn't noticed you guys.
Attack.
Nope, I'm gonna kill it.
Is someone attacking?
Attack.
Yeah. Shoot a rare frost.
Alright, let's roll initiative. The salamander's surprised. Roderick.
4. Alright.
Some arrows.
You almost don't get the message that you're attacking Nora. Alright, you just pluck one arrow into it, pluck another arrow into it, more lavery blood bursts off of it, spills out onto the ground, and
Surprise.
another ambush arrow splatters more lavery blood at a pool at its base. You can hear this rattling bucket chain cranking along, and the distant clanging of steel on steel. A fully working forge. Thomas. Alright, that's a direct hit. The ray of frost does the same thing and transforms the base of the salamander into this icy slush. Double damage. Slows its movement. Still hasn't even realized it's like under attack yet. Jarek.
I move there and I will do the same thing since it seems like it works so well.
That's a hit. Alright, the beam of ice just kind of erupts and the salamander is melting down. It's almost completely destroyed. Hasn't even turned around at this stage. Alright, it does slowly start to turn around now. It's no longer surprised, and its base is just is completely frozen. It's about to drop its spear and melt away. Nathaniel Duatol, the dead, and
Yep.
the salamander makes a wisdom save. More rivulets of lava just spill out of it, and it's like you're emptying a fountain. It's almost just a puddle of slush on the floor.
I'll move up and put the help action on him.
It's clawing to keep its form. It's clawing at life, and you just give it the finger.
Yep. I'll maybe move a little bit more this way.
Pull out a water balloon like, I'm gonna get you.
And end my turn there.
Rend.
Run up here. And I'll just go ahead and attack him.
That's a hit. The salamander bursts on impact. You do get a bit of that lava on you for 4 damage, and then its blackened spear hits the ground.
That's a really cool looking spear. Anybody you want to grab that?
Oh, cool looking.
Norin, can
See,
you resist?
Well, you said blackened spear, which I took to be okay, and then I pick it up, and then it burns the shit out of me.
It was blackened, and then when you kind of rub off a little bit of the soot, it's like glowing red underneath.
Yeah. Norn runs out and sees that there's nothing left to fight. Okay, cool.
All right,
Good job, guys.
so the dwarves look disheveled. There are 4, 2 males, 2 females. They wear soot-stained light clothing, and they don't even stop working. They just they look like their spirits have been completely shattered, which is not easy to do to a dwarf. They just keep on working, tirelessly transferring ore into these buckets.
Put my hand on this guy's
No.
shoulder. and say, Hey, it's okay.
You can stop us. They'll feed us to the ogres.
Speaking of ogres, I believe that there is one to the west.
Hey, please, just... There are others that need help.
You need help just as bad.
Work the wheel. Help them.
We will. We will. But first, we'll help you. Are they tied down?
They are manacled at their legs.
I'll start trying to undo them.
Alright, you'll need to make 4 separate thieves' tools check. It'll take you about a minute.
I'll guidance myself.
Alright, the locks are not very well made, Rend. They're very old manacles. They're very easy to pick. They pretty much just come apart like when you just jingle the thieves' tools around in the lock like effortlessly. And they're kind of trembling. Are you sure they won't get us? They
They
won't
will not get you.
eat us. Thank you.
There's another 28 prisoners that have gone up the elevator.
Yeah, if you go up
Just
through
go
the
up
tunnel.
the tunnel we came and take the elevator to the top floor.
I...
At least someone's back here.
If we stop working, though, they'll come. They'll know the ore has stopped. And then they just start running off.
Then let them come.
They might do something to the ones at the wheel, though. We should get there quick.
Alright, so you take a look at this bucket system. It's heading from west to east. In this room, the ceilings are huge. They're like 40 feet high. All of the walls are made from smooth worked black stone, and the crates, the barrels, are all giant size. They're about 5 times the regular size of a barrel or a crate. There is an intense amount of heat and noise coming from the southwest. And Than, you can actually see an ogre. He's got a 15-foot long spiked pole, and he's tipping the bucket down below. It's like just a sheer drop off in this area down here. You can't see what's down there, but you can hear a lot of loud clanging. It sounds like something big is being smithed. And yeah, you'd do well to actually try to avoid this ogre's line of sight, because he may spot you.
All right, I'll dodge over or go over here, so I'm behind the pillar and out of sight.
Yeah, I'll have Thomas and Than make a stealth check. It's an ogre though, so you don't expect that an ogre would be very they're notoriously dumb and not very aware of their surroundings. It doesn't notice you guys. It's just standing here. The heat is already starting to build up.
Which way, left or right?
No,
Does it seem like do we seem where the ogre was? Did it seem like it was kind of a dead end in that area, or
There's the gang tree.
If I remember correctly,
Right.
the wheel also had the buckets going from the west to east. So if we move along this way, we should come across it.
Or it was circled around. I remember the buckets. And there was also that walkway as well, like where the ogre guy is.
Well, we can take the buckets instead of who was filling the coal? The slaves in here, right?
Yeah, there's a mine cart, and they're just transferring like a lot of ore into these buckets.
Well, how about we go into the carts and sneak our way over?
Well, there's a bunch of guys off to the east. I don't know what they were.
Well, we should definitely go that way because they're the ones that are going to notice that the ore stuff first.
Yep.
Yeah, so we should not let too many empty buckets go by before we hop on. What do you think? Bad idea? Good idea?
It's an idea. We can try it.
Thank you for leaving out the bad or good.
So you guys don't remember where the wheel is?
It's hard to
think it's
know
on-
because we came from a different way.
Yeah, we don't have a frame of reference. Yeah.
Potentially on the other side of this floor.
But we can jump in there and then.
Or we can just go that way.
Yeah, let's just go that way. Because you know what? In reality, we did spend a minute trying to free these guys.
As you go, I can take a look around the corner here. It's like just a drop off. The floor ends abruptly.
That's free air.
Sorry, where? Oh, there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can hear a voice, like a loud kind of whiny voice almost.
Oh no,
God.
princess.
Oh, Ja! This is good! Ja!
God.
Where's that coming from?
Oh no,
That
that's the sun.
direction.
The carts are moving in the direction of the drop-off then, right?
They're going
Yeah,
this
they're
way.
going this way.
Okay, and
They
now
are-
the carts just falling off?
Oops.
The carts are suspended by a railing that cuts through the ceiling, and they're held by chains. They kind of sway jovially side to side as they move.
I want
looks like
to, if there's enough room, I'll like get up here like towards the edge and then take a peek, see what I see.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
You need to
There's
make a stealth check.
a piece of the Bonadon.
And you'd start to see this giant room in which the Vonodon's being constructed. A massive adamantine arm.
Oh.
That one.
As you move up, Norin, you hear the conversation. There's like this yelling. It kind of stops, and your horn gets caught. No, the antler from your helm gets caught, and you end up like actually tipping over one of these buckets. The contents spill out onto the ground, creating
awesome.
quite a scene. And
Norn, you fool!
you hear a voice.
shit.
What was that? And what do you do, Norin?
I call out in giant. There's nothing. Just a stupid slave.
Giant.
I
Alright,
mean,
make
it is a giant, isn't it?
make a deception check, Norin. See how good you are at throwing your voice.
Not very good. 16.
Not bad.
Not bad for a -1.
Suddenly, a head peers around the corner,
Shit.
and it's the sun. It's Altemba. He's standing up on a gangtree at your height. His arms are clung on to the railings of this gangtree, and he kind of peers around the corner to see what's going on. Surprisingly, he's actually dressed in plate mail now, and he has a striking resemblance to his father. He even has one of these, a miniature version of this like mole cage. And
Time to take the new duck to the mall.
he yells out to you. Who are you, ya? What are you doing here?
I want to command him to approach.
You're nowhere near close enough, Dan. You can't even see him, can you?
No, I can't. You're right.
You're just like, approach! You just like yell that to yourself. It's you! You're the ones that killed my papaya! I don't want any more trouble!
What do you mean?
Stop this, yeah! Stay right there!
Last time we did what they said, they dishonored their word.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
So let's get ready for battle.
What have you done to my salamander?
Don't know what you mean.
I don't know what is a salamander. I don't understand.
Come talk to us.
I don't want to have to kill you, yeah? But I will burn you up!
Just come over here and we can talk face to face, huh?
Jump in the bucket!
No. You come over here.
I'm warning you! I will burn you all,
Get
yeah?
over here.
You come over here.
I don't want to fight you anymore!
Could I?
Giants! Come, yeah? And you guys hear some stomping footsteps. And two fully grown fire giants stomp up behind Zaltemba. They,
I can't even really. I guess I can move forward a little bit so I can actually see them.
you can hear them before you see them. And these fire giants are equipped with giant cauldrons. And the cauldrons glow. We can do this two ways, yeah? You can come and talk to me. Alright, as you approach Norin, you see 8 drow standing 50 feet below Zaltemba underneath the game tree. They're looking up at him. Yes, 8 drow elves. You distinctly recognize their stark white hair and their lavender skin. Their hair stands out amongst the dull decor of Ironslag.
You're being invaded by drow elves.
You do realize there are elves underneath you, right?
I am talking to them, yeah? They have given me a gift. You are pesky, yeah? Why you keep coming back here? I don't want to have to kill you, but I can tell my men to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep on coming back, yeah?
What kind of gift did they give? Maybe we can give something.
I am Zaltemba. I am the leader of the forge now. You will do as I say. Jump in the bucket, yeah? And I won't hurt you, yeah?
I am not going to jump in the bucket.
No.
Do it or you will burn! I'm not messing around! I don't want you coming back here anymore! You are disrupting my operation! And Mother is getting mad at me!
Where is your mother? We could talk to her. How about that? Huh?
No! I'm in charge here, yeah? I have to prove to her! Now get in the bucket! Or I'll have my men crush you!
It sounds like your mother is in charge, not you.
No, she's not!
That's what it sounds like.
You killed my papa!
He tried to kill us first.
He broke the deal.
I am not like him! I am willing to talk with you! I just want to know why you keep coming back here!
Free my people.
Yeah, it's the slaves. Really.
We can negotiate, yeah?
Or you can just let them go.
Sure, come over here and negotiate.
We're just hollering back and forth over this chasm.
I won't tell you again!
Good.
Okay, good. I'm tired of talking.
Men! Get them!
Alright, I'm gonna back away from
The fire giant starts stomping
Okay.
off.
Now we know. Now we can know where they're coming from.
You're going to regret this, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now we all jump in the bucket and drop down on him.
We should.
He's
No,
alone.
actually, if they come up
Get
here,
him.
then this is a more defensive spot.
Yeah, but I'm kind of more inclined to be offensive against this September.
Yeah, but we can't.
I
get
said we all jump in a bucket and hide.
Look, I have the high ground.
Wait, isn't there hot ore in the buckets?
I don't know,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah, what?
Well, there should be.
It's not
What
hot.
is in the buckets?
Just ore.
Yeah.
Just lumps of iron and copper.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast darkness now.
Okay. Are you casting it on an object?
Correct. Yep. My shield.
Okay.
Can we hear where the giants are kind of coming from at this point?
Their
or-
footfalls have dissipated.
Okay.
So what do you
Did
guys
they go
do?
back the way they
Where exactly?
Yeah.
behind the?
Yeah, they don't have any obvious way to reach you guys from where they were standing. They must have to go around somehow.
So they're gonna come probably from where we saw the
That's right.
ogre.
Yeah, probably.
Or from up here. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely not from down here. Is all I'm thinking.
I guess we could jump in the buckets now and
I'm all for buckets.
just go across.
I just feel like that's the smartest thing to do, since they're making the way around.
Like it's
We can't
The most
exactly
interesting
bite from the
thing to do.
bucket.
Do we still have pass without a trace or no?
It's gone now. It's been an hour.
Okay.
Like, how
I can
high are the
do it
buckets
again.
above the ground?
50 feet.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
don't
too
want to
bad.
fall out of the bucket.
Bucket ride.
just wear a helmet.
Bucket ride. Fuck yeah.
I'm getting in a bucket.
I'm getting in the bucket with Roderick, in case he decides
Yeah,
to
man.
cast something.
All right. I'll
Actually, wait.
get back up
That's
behind
not,
you
I
guys.
should say that. Can two of us fit in there?
Alright. You guys will need to decide as a group what to do.
What's the plan once you're in the bucket?
Just adventure,
just
man.
don't ask questions.
Fuck it. It's
You
called
think we
adventure.
planned more than one step ahead?
Whatever Seb wants.
Alright, maybe this will... okay, so it's been a couple of minutes now. They're coming for you, yeah!
Oh man, I really.
And maybe
okay,
this will help you guys be decisive. You start to see 5 fire giants stomping towards you guys
Yep,
from the
get in
gang
bucket.
tree to the west.
Did you say 5? Yeah. Bucket. Bucket.
Get into the bucket.
Fuck it. Bucket.
Alright. So you guys all jump in these buckets. Alright, I'm gonna move you guys along. So no one move their token. You guys see them stomping down this gang tree. They're moving like quite quick. They're not running, but they're moving with purpose. So you guys just head along this incredibly slow moving bucket.
Right.
And you can see the fire giants coming up at you, and you're just slowly cranking along. And are you doing anything about your darkness, Jarek?
What do you mean about that?
Because it'll make it dark.
Yeah, there'll be like a 15-foot sphere of darkness
Perfect.
just
If
moving
you
along.
cover it up though.
Can't see us.
Yeah, they can't see anybody else, right? All they see is
It's
dark.
the most beautiful strategy I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
They see like a sphere of darkness.
Yeah. Something
Well,
that...
they see a
Something-
dark,
something-
a dark tunnel is all they see, and then it rescinds away. So
They see an orb of darkness moving. Alright, so, alright, are you guys trying to hide in these minecarts?
Hell yeah.
Alright, I'll need a group stealth check. Alright.
Tempted to
What is that?
hit him with the spear, but
You see nothing.
Alright, the fire giants have come up behind you guys at this stage as well.
poking up over the edge of the thing.
Alright, yeah. Okay. Alright, as you guys are moving and you get about here, suddenly the entire the buckets, they just stop moving.
Excellent.
And
Perfect.
Lord Captain, you sort of fall forward and you make quite a lot of noise, so your location is detected. Norin, you too. Roderick, you're good. He doesn't realize you're there. With Than
Soon.
and Thomas,
One with
maybe
the
you're
cart.
okay. When you guys like as you kind of your antlers knock around there, Norin, you peer over. You see the fire giants have literally just grabbed the buckets and stopped them from moving. And
Perfect.
Zaltember is like literally just like, I mean, he can clearly kind of see into the carts. He notices
buddy.
some of you Oh, so now you want to come and talk, yeah?
Of
He
course,
says.
we're coming to parlay.
That's not what I was here for. I'm here for blood and
Men!
butter.
Don't hurt them yet. I want to hear what they have to say.
Oh shit, he's serious.
He looks down at the drow. You can go now. Thank you. I have more guests now. And these 8 drow, they kind of look up confusedly at what's happening. Some of them shrug their shoulders and they all start moving out. They head south.
I want to poke my head kind of out and like yell to them in Elvish. What did you bring him?
They just laugh. Elf to
Be that way
elf
then,
to.
dicks.
They probably brought him slaves.
Good luck burning to death, one of them calls out.
Fuck off.
You notice Zaltemba has something in his hand as well. And you recognize what it is. It's an
Light him up,
iron
Thomas.
flask.
It's what?
Iron.
A what?
An iron flask.
Iron flask.
Like of booze?
If I can find the hand, I'll remind you
Was
guys.
that for the thing that holding the elemental?
Yes,
Ah,
Oh,
It's what?
shit.
it's one of these.
Okay.
A
More
grey
shit.
kind of
Light him
stuff.
up, Thomas.
Don't light anyone up, yeah? My
They
men,
just
they will drop you on the ground into the forge. And you look below you. There literally is like a massive open firing forge. Like you can vaguely see it on this map, but 50 feet below you is that giant forge. To the south, you see giant parts of the Vonadod being suspended by these cranes and whatnot. There's no other giants really in this massive area. Zaltemba's pretty much at your height here on the gangtree, and 3 ogres have kind of scratched their heads and come up behind Zaltemba. And Zaltemba says, listen! If I take the cork off this flask, there will be a big fire elemental. And it will do what I say, yeah? And I will tell it to burn you. Is that what you want?
No.
I don't think we should correct him. Are you willing to let the slaves go?
First, I want to know, why do you keep coming back, yeah? Stop it! Stop it!
Okay. Two things. I suppose truth with you won't hurt. The slaves. We would like them to be free. And two. Did your father have anything with a giant rune on it? Possibly sacred to your people?
Ildrun?
That sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds
That is
pretty
the
close.
giant word for fire. How do you know about Ildrun?
How do we know?
Well, we talked to Aman the Allfather, and he kind of wants us to fetch some for him.
True.
Adam,
Yep.
how do you know that name? That is what I learned in my schooling.
We're on first name basis.
Yeah, we went to the Eye of the Allfather.
Oh, Adam says the giants have been very naughty, yeah?
He has.
Yeah, how do you know?
True.
And
That's why we came to talk to you.
why do you want the rune, yeah? He wants it back?
Yep.
He wants 5 of
Yeah.
them, and we have. Well, we don't have 5 of them.
This guy's actually smarter than I thought.
The Ildrun is gone, yeah? You won't find it here. But
Where is it?
Ah,
Oh,
did you give it?
my
to-
father has a statue, huh? It has a skull rune on the helmet, yeah? But I'm not supposed to go in the room, yeah?
But
But
He's-
we're not prohibited, right? So we could go in and get it.
perhaps we can work something out.
Is that all you want, yeah? Some slaves and the rune, and you'll not come back here anymore, yeah?
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Sounds alright.
How many slaves do you want, yeah?
The dwarven ones.
I mean, we want all of them, but I don't know if we'll be able to convince him to give us all of
How
them.
many do you have?
Not telling.
Shit.
I whispered to Thomas.
Well,
don't
we
tell
could
him
just-
about the ones we've already released.
I need them,
We
yeah?
could just
Who will work
out.
here?
we could get the drow. They seem to be keen on that.
No,
You
the
could-
drow.
You could get the yak folk to come down and work.
Goblins.
Oh, the
Hobgoblins.
yak folk, yeah?
They're big and strong.
How did you get past the yak folk?
Stealth.
We just talk to them.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Roderick, make a deception check.
That's all I did. Until one attacked me. Where is it? Here we go.
Nice.
Ah, those stupid cow faces, yeah? Too nice, too kind for their own good.
Yeah, that's how they acted.
Sure.
That's how they acted.
But mother says. At this stage, because like the cart has stopped working, you guys see a heap of orcs start to appear to the east, over here. Like, and they're like grumbling, and they're accompanied by another fire giant. Hey! And he yells out in giant, "Why did the cart stop?" I made it stop, alright? Now go back to your work! I've got guests! Ah! This 18, well, not 18, but 16 foot tall fire giant with red glowing eyes seems very frustrated. He has his greatsword drawn, but he stomps off with the orcs, kind of slaps one of the orcs and almost kills it as they're running back.
He looks pretty cool.
You see, I've got good workers, yeah? I need more workers like that. If I
Yeah.
give you all of my slaves, who will do the work, yeah?
Well,
How
we could
about
hire them.
Goblins. You can
All
keep
of
the
them.
goblins.
all of them but the orcs?
Really, just kind of.
They seem to be the
dwarves,
strongest
elves,
anyway.
humans.
I guess I could get some more, yeah?
Yeah.
Or orcs, right?
Well, there's also barbarian tribes. Could try
Oh,
getting
yes,
them.
those Uthgard people, yes.
They seem strong.
So if I give you the dwarves, yeah? And I'll let you take a look at the helmet with the rune, you promise to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we want to take the rune. So more than just look at it.
And it will be good for Annam, yeah?
It will be good
Yeah.
for Annam.
And you will let me keep on working on the Vonador, yeah?
Yeah, that's a different quest.
Yeah, for now. Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
Baby
Yeah.
steps.
Norn is just
Well,
getting
like, I mean, if
baked
Annam tells us
right
to
now.
tell you to stop, then we'll come back, of course. But that's
But
that's a
that's-
separate thing.
That's up
Yeah,
to
that's-
Anna.
That's all he wanted us to get.
He'll be very pleased with you.
No more bloodshed.
But what if Mama says it's not, I'm not allowed to?
Well, if Mama says it's not allowed to, you can tell her that it is allowed to because you're in charge. Remember?
You're the king.
Where's she in
Yeah.
charge?
But don't let Mama know that I didn't kill you when I saw you. She's angry about you killing Papa. But
We don't
I
have to
didn't
let her
like
know.
Papa.
We'll
Where
leave,
is
so
she?
she'll never even know we were here.
Stay right there then. Men! Lower them!
Oh, wait.
Shit, like,
Alright, the five fire giants then disappear from view. Just wait! And eventually they appear underneath you guys. and they have these giant buckets, like huge cauldrons filled full of coals and stuff. Jump down into the buckets, yeah? My men will escort you to the armory, to the war room, yeah?
Okay.
You get
Yeah.
your runes, and then you go out the door, and I release the dwarves with you, yeah? They'll be waiting
Yeah.
at the door for you. And don't try anything. I have a powerful fire elemental in the flask.
You're a mighty
Can I
duck.
insight that?
We'll do what you
Sure.
You're definitely
Oh,
honorable.
I don't know if I believe him about the fire elemental.
Seems to be a credible threat, although a regular fire elemental wouldn't be. There seems to be something more than just a fire elemental by the sounds of it. Good. My 5 men will escort you, yeah?
Okay.
To the war room and to the exit. You try anything funny and I will unleash this power on you. Is that understood?
Yes, Lord Duck.
As
I
long
want
as
to
you
hear
guys are honorable.
words of confirmation from all of you.
Yes.
I want a group yeah.
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 Aye.
Alright. The fire giants hold up buckets for you guys to jump into. It's only a few feet drop as they lift these mighty cauldrons above their heads. They can almost reach the full 50 feet. So, you guys want to jump down?
Thomas will jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, also, darkness would have gone down at this stage. It's been about 10 minutes. Or a little bit more. And, alright, you guys jump down to these buckets. And the fire giants just,
Throw us in the furnace.
stay! One of them says in giant. Presume that someone else
He says to stay.
translates.
I say, giddy up.
Is that a command? I'll show you commands.
Okay, so this is like where you guys were, but on the lower level.
Yeah, the bottom floor.
50 feet below. And the giants are actually just carrying you guys in these cauldrons. So the cauldrons are huge as well. They're about 12 feet tall and about 10 feet in diameter. Like you guys could easily just completely covered inside these cauldrons. And the giants just take you guys along. They stomp past this massive forge, and again you can see the machinations of this giant colossus being built. The head
Does it
of
look
this
more
Vonadod. Not really. It looks to be in the same state. You know, you can't help but just notice this ruby, which is like just like the size of a giant's head sticking out of this Colossus Vonadod. Where's that handout? I'll show you guys again.
Okay, that ruby would be worth something.
I haven't showed you guys this. Yeah, you could imagine like rappelling down and trying to steal it.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
it's freaking huge.
Yeah, it is massive. Alright, so that's suspended like about 50 feet in the air from these chains. Alright, they're also anchoring it to the ground. Anyway, the giants quickly move you guys through and you head underneath the game tree. The new Duke is looking down at you guys. One of the fire giants pushes open the door and you guys are just transported further through the forge. You just see these gigantic halls which are only size for giants. You continue to move down them and you see these huge burning braziers lining the hall. The five fire giants are constantly looking at you. And they just...
Oh my god.
Yeah, you see another fire giant which has like 2 tower shields, just standing in the middle of what looks like some sort of mess hall, perhaps like a kitchen, maybe, feast hall. There is about 30 goblins here and a handful of hobgoblins. They are in the midst of cleaning this feasting hall when you guys arrive. They're very frantically cleaning. While this other fire giant is just sort of standing at you. You can just see his red glowing eyes through his full-faced helm, and not a single section of his entire flesh is exposed as it's covered in armor, and there's like literally just like a line of blackened. It looks like grooves in the spike shield in which lava could flow. There's not actually any lava flowing in it. The giants just place these cauldrons down on the ground, spill you guys out. And the goblins kind of look up at you guys for a brief moment, but they don't pay too much heed. They keep on scrubbing these massive tables and whatnot. There's iron braziers in alcoves illuminating the hall. There are pillars and basalt partition walls supporting the ceiling, which is 50 feet high. And there are these heavy iron chandeliers also further illuminating the room. Their candles are draped in cobwebs. Don't look like they've been cleaned very often. But there are also some like chains like run along the wall. And the purpose of the chains, you're not sure. One of the fire giants just points down this narrow hallway. Well, narrow for him, enormous for you guys. Go!
Okay.
All right.
Down the hall, you just see an enormous door. It's like 20 feet tall, 20 feet wide. And a fire giant moves up and he pushes the door open for you guys. I don't know how you got through then, but...
We all know how I got through.
Yeah, I mean,
he just pushes the door open. Go! Alright, in this room, you see another one of these huge basalt tables. The base is sculpted to look like a fountain of black fire. The room is very well illuminated, and there are bare marble shelves jutting from the walls at various heights from 10 to 15 feet. The most prominent feature of this room is this huge statue that's standing against the northwest wall. It looks like some sort of like armored fire giant. It is absolutely massive, and its helmet is carved with a rune. It looks like it has like an actual ingot of some sort of iron ore embedded into the head, and then there is the ingot of the Skald rune engraved into the ingot. It's got like a silvery outline, and the Skald rune, Skald is shield, so the shield rune.
It looks like the ingot can be pried out.
Yeah.
Maybe it looks like it could be.
Anything can be pried out.
The actual
Pry out.
thing itself is about 15 feet tall.
I'll climb up and see if I can get it out.
All right, you climb
Toss him up a crowbar.
to get the rune, and make an athletics check, Norin. It's not difficult to actually climb.
Yeah, it is if I'm rolling like shit.
All right, no, that's enough. 10 is fine.
I'm rolling 4 today.
And yeah, you try to you climb up. You use you climb up on the greave. Use the knee brace, and then you get up onto the. It's like a suit of plate mail. You get up onto the breastplate, and then you're just kind of resting on its shoulder pauldron, and you can kind of reach the ingot from here. And
Can I toss him up a crowbar to?
sure. You try with the crowbar, Norin, with all your might, and it doesn't budge. It almost seems to be melded into the helmet itself.
I'll
Can the
just
whole helmet be taken off?
take the
or-
helmet off if I can.
It's a seamless suit of armor. The helmet seems to be a part of the breastplate. The helmet is huge as well. You could fit in the helmet.
Well,
Word!
Well, that's
the
a dilemma.
giant says.
Oh, do we have to say the name of
Skald.
the room?
Yes! Word!
Skald.
Doesn't work.
You guys know what the word is for this one?
Not the right word.
Word! The giant says again.
Shield.
Did you say it in giant?
Word makes it activate. Duke
Say
forgot word. No one
Ah, shit.
knows.
Oh shit.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Just try shield in every language we know.
This fire giant crosses his arms as well and stands in the doorway. Word, he says.
Say word in giant.
Is it just one word?
Long lost.
Okay. You don't know help. Okay.
Is there any clues when we get the?
I mean, it just looks sort of like it's about the size of a fire giant. It's like a seamless set of full plate, as if like all the different components of the armor had been welded together with this ingot, rune-carved ingot, just embedded in its forehead.
Armor?
Researcher. I don't know, something like that maybe.
Praise Surtur doesn't work. Fire giant's looking impatient. Guess! Zaltemba say, if you do not guess, then you will leave.
We've been guessing. Let us continue.
Armor, friend,
Do you try
Allfather.
helmet?
Yeah, I'll
No,
I'll
that's
say
working.
helmet. Yeah, helmet and giant armor.
Do we have any magical means to
Fire
divine
giant.
what this might be?
Wait, who was the fire giant god?
Surtur.
Surtur.
Oh, that's why he said Surtur. Trying to find the notes on this stuff.
I would say activate and giant.
Doesn't work.
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra doesn't work.
Fire.
Flame on.
Alright, when you say fire, are you saying it in common or giant?
Well, I'm saying it in common.
You imagine
Say
that the
I'll
command word
repeat-
is in
I'll
giant.
repeat it in giant.
Alright, when you say fire, the eyes of the golem, they briefly illuminate, but then they shut back off. They've got a red glow to them.
We're getting close. Fire giant.
By the fire of Surtur.
Every time you
Fire-
say fire, the eyes glow for a little bit like it's starting to
Fire
activate.
rune.
Fire release.
Fire
Flames.
shard.
Fire.
Fire giant.
It's not working. Only the
Fire helm.
Why don't you
Not
try it in
working.
giant?
Fire shield.
That doesn't work.
Fire ruin.
That doesn't work.
Fire ya.
Alright, someone could make a investigation check to try and think of some phrases that giants may say. And I'll give you a hint.
Where's Lily when you need her?
No kidding.
Fire hut. Fire life.
Pizza Hut.
By the fire of Surtur is a pretty good one, but I don't know.
Fire column.
And Jarek?
I tried clicking and it's not coming across.
Oh, it's probably lagging.
Let me
Fire friend.
Still not working.
You said it was a golem, so fire golem on.
Oh, there it came up. A 1.
there we go.
Alright, okay, then you got a 14. You feel like it will have something to do with fire giants, obviously. Maybe something that they do. Fire giants, they seem to like smithing.
Fire forge.
Yeah, Yeah, Fireforge.
Not Fire Forge.
Forge fire.
You can hear the giants clanging away, hitting
Or
their
hammer.
their
Fire
hammers on the
smith.
anvils.
Fire hammer. Fire
And
hammer.
they're hitting the hammers on the anvil with
Fire
forceful
strike.
blows. When you say fire strike in giant,
Of course.
the
Golem attack.
iron golem activates. Its eyes glow
Oh.
red.
Roll initiative.
And I am sitting on top of it. Son of a bitch.
Good. So it's almost as if there's an elemental spirit of fire trapped within this golem. And all that happens is the eyes light up. That's it.
Oh, okay. Oh, so shit. We would have to take like the whole thing.
So its eyes
We have a
glow.
new pet.
There is an ingot stuck in the center of that helm.
Perfect.
It is armed
Let's
with
go.
a sword.
Wait,
And
so
all
can
it-
you command it?
We have a new pet.
All that happens is
Follow
its
me.
eyes glow. All right, when you say that,
He's the one that
Roderick,
activated it.
it follows you.
All right, let's go.
Why does Roderick always get all the toys?
All right, so
I'm gonna throw it at them as well.
but do you speak giant,
mouse,
Roderick? You
two
speak
lions,
giant,
yeah.
right?
Golem.
It's from my favorite enemy.
All right. When you say that, the giant says stop, and the golem
Right, I'll jump this
stops.
up as well.
Oh.
Ah. Okay.
Ha ha! It no listen to
it
you
did
small folk more than giants. Stand on one leg. Iron Golem stands on one leg. Ha ha! See?
Tough to stand on no legs.
Yeah, give it a command.
Oh, tell it to hop.
Don't hop! It starts to hop and then the giant's command seems to supersede yours. Ha ha!
Just
See?
shield room.
Now me give it command. Ha ha! Crush puny little humanoids!
Well, I'll give you a command.
Alright, Jarek, if you move, it will opportunity attack you. Because you're right next to it. Do you still want to move?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, it's gonna get a free swing at you with its sword.
Wait, can you command it to
And
stop?
it hits you for 23 slashing damage. Alright, I'm gonna roll initiative now. Alright, he yells at it to kill you guys. So the imp is up first. Hello?
He's done.
Is he taking an action?
Take a
If
dodge
you
action.
if you take a turn, just try to like communicate what you're doing, please.
Yep, dodge action.
And oh, you also got hit for 23 slashing damage, Jarek. All right, Rend, you're up.
All right.
Because it's like pretty meta to quickly move your character away right before I'm about to roll initiative.
So I'll move here. I'll go ahead and rage. And shit, we'll attack the golem. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack the golem.
That is a miss. Your axe just hits it and does nothing.
Try one more time.
And that hits. Just. You managed to kind of cleave through its armor this time, putting a
Got height.
small slash and buckle in its armor. And it's a scratch.
Sweet. Try to command it to stop.
Sweet, he said.
Doesn't listen to you. Thomas.
You know what? I'll just shoot a ray of frost at it and see how it likes it.
It's a mess. The ray of frost just dissipates on impact. As you move away, this golem attacks you with its sword, Thomas. It's going to swing. And it slashes you for 25 damage. Than.
I'm going to turn to this giant and I'm going to command him to approach.
Okay.
We're going to fight the giants too.
Here we go.
Alright, the giant, he gives you a discerning look. And then his eyes kind of glaze over, and on his turn, he will approach you.
All right, and then was his... was there a door? Is he standing at the doorway
He
needed to open?
He's been standing at the doorway.
Okay, and then I will put the help action on the golem.
Okay.
I have a question. What happens if he's given 2 commands?
Then the most recent one
Okay.
will take effect.
Yeah. Yep. So, like, if I commanded him to drop his thing, he would just do that instead of...
Yeah, because it's the
Dropping it
same.
in, yeah.
Anything with the same name, whether it be a spell or ability, they don't stack.
Oh, okay.
Just the most recent or most potent effect takes place.
Don't pull rank on me, bud.
Yeah, well, it wasn't trying to. It was just if I could get both. Yeah. So I think I'll take a small step back, and then I'll shoot the fire giant with an arrow. If I can find my character sheet somewhere.
If we kill the fire giant, guys, maybe we control the golem after.
Actually, I'll do a do a hunter's mark first on him.
Alright, this giant already has called out as well. Ah! He calls out to the other giants. Mog! He says. Alright, that just finds a gap in his plate mail. As this giant doesn't have a shield. Blood spurts out. The second attack misses. And the third one is a direct hit, sticking into a gap between his polder and his breastplate. Jarek.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and cast darkness. Believe it or not.
Alright. And you do it on an object?
Yeah, always on the shield. Yep. Sorry.
Okay. That's alright. Just
Just one
double
second.
checking.
That's using my sorcery points. That's funny. I've been trying to move my up. I'll move to there and I'm done.
Norin.
All right. I'm going to try to strike at the Iron Golem.
That's a hit.
All right. I'll put my unwavering mark upon it.
Alright, the magical trident pierces through its greave, just creating a 3-pronged hole in it.
And then I will try to stab it again.
That's a miss.
Big ol' miss. I'm gonna move kind of around it. I'm like standing like right there. No bonus actions, so I'm good.
All right, the golem just it lowers its sword, and a hatch opens at just above its legs, and it just starts to unleash this gas from all the different seams around that area of its armor, and this bright green poisonous gas hovers over Than and Rend, and I need each of you to make a con save. Alright, the poison is severe, and Than, you take 45 poison damage. Rend, you take 22 poison damage. And the golem just slams down the hatch on where the poison came from and brandishes its sword once more. Right, this fire giant just yells, "Rah, Mog!" And he just starts approaching you. He sprints, ending his turn next to you, Than. Alright, I think these other fire giants are going to come investigate now at the start of this round. You can hear them stomping towards you guys. Alright, Mr. Imp.
Alright, just gonna move and dodge.
Doesn't want to hide?
Sorry about that. Say that again.
He doesn't want to hide?
Oh, that's right. He needs to sneak, doesn't he? Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
If he doesn't want his location to be detected.
Yeah, there we go.
Alright. Yeah, dodging's not really helping him out at all, but hiding is. Okay, 20 on his stealth check. Rend.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the fire giants as he's next to me.
Crit. Alright, add another 2d6 onto that.
Jeez.
Alright, as he runs over, you just slash straight into his leg. Blood just explodes from that injury. You don't quite cut his leg off, but very close. And yeah, he just falls down and slams up against the side of this wall. The sound of the giant falling to the ground is immense and kind of almost shakes the ground. And he's prone. Almost crushes Roderick.
Hit him once more. Oh.
Crit. And another 2d6 onto that. Alright, 29 damage. He is actually looking injured just from those couple of blows.
And then I'll use my bonus since I got the crit.
And that's another hit. And you just, as he's laying sideways to you, you just hack the axe down to his neck, and blood starts to spurt out everywhere. He just roars out in agony. He's looking in a very poor condition.
Good.
You guys hear fire giants stomping towards you, and the other four, you can hear them coming towards the commotion. Thomas.
God, I feel like we want to burn that thing down, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll shoot it again with the Air Frost, see if I can hit it this time.
Crit.
Crit.
You hit it directly in the breastplate, and that ice transfers to the golem's legs. They start to permeate frost. And it just knocked back a little bit. Big puncture wound in its breastplate. Van.
What was the command word? Fire strike. Before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fire strike.
Fire
Can I say
strike.
fire strike in giant to the golem?
Okay. Nothing
Would
happens.
Is that all right? Does it take an action to do anything like that?
To
or-
speak, no. You can speak within reason what you could say in 6 seconds, and you can always try to like role play during combat as well.
So if I have a background of rapper, can I speak like twice as much?
If you have the background, yeah, rap god.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna use as an action. I'm gonna put icy mantle on myself
Okay,
from my shard.
you take the shard, and it just starts to glow this light blue energy, and ice explodes all over you. And is it the next attack does 0 damage? That one.
Yes, the next hit does 0 damage.
Okay. Bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing is reduced to 0. Okay. You've got ice armor on.
And I will bonus action disengage and come back into the corner here, into the darkness.
Alright, you guys hear more thunderous stomping footprints. Boot stamping, thunderous footsteps coming towards you from that hall. As the fire giants are coming to see what's happening. Roderick.
I am going to put a spike growth in that area. Actually.
No, stop the golem.
Alright. The fire giants become antagonized.
I don't even care about them.
Barbs start to wrap around their greaves and pierce into their flesh. If they move, they'll be attacked. They'll be damaged.
Yeah. What else can I do? Nothing much really.
You can speak. Tell it to stop.
Yeah, well, I'll tell the thing to stop in giant. Credit.
Work.
It
We'll
yeah.
pull out its
The giant's command supersedes yours.
Yeah.
It doesn't listen to you, Roderick. Jarek.
Okay, I'm gonna move. All right, and then I'm going to bonus action Hexblade Curse on the golem.
Alright. A hex marker appears on the golem's chest.
And then I'm going to cast Agonizing Blast on it.
Alright, you have advantage. It's a crit. And do you have the curse? Oh, you've already got the curse damage there. Alright, that first beam just slams into its breastplate and buckles it even more. And that is a miss. The beam just dissipates on impact, as the metal that it's made out of is extremely strong. Norin.
All right. Well, first I'm going to make a bonus action attack because it did damage something that was not me
Okay.
that last round, so I can do my unwavering attack. That should be 5 extra. Well, let's see if I hit it first.
Alright, it raises the sword up to attempt to block you, but you find a gap underneath and just pierce it into its torso. It's not looking too damaged yet. There's a heap of scratches on it, a few holes in it, and that was a pretty hard hit. Another 3-pronged piercing appears on its torso.
Okay, I'll
Y'all
reapply
killed
the
it.
unwavering mark.
Alright, the unwavering mark goes on again.
And then I'll move over here and I'll stab the fire giant.
Alright, this guy's still prone. It misses though. He just uses his armor, interposes it, blocks your attack. He lifts his arm.
Try again with my second attack.
And that hits him.
Cool.
You
I'll
stab
put
him in the
unwavering
underarm.
mark. Unwavering mark on him as well.
Alright, he's badly injured.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and action surge.
Yeah.
And we'll keep stabbing the giant since he's prone.
That's a hit. Alright, you pierce him again. This time, kind of in his underarm area, trying to aim for his heart. The trident is just like completely embedded all the way up to the handle. You drag it out, just opens up this big chunk of flesh, and blood spews out everywhere onto the ground.
Let's try that again.
And you crit. This time, the trident just like it disappears completely. Like your whole arm just pierces into the fire giant's chest, and he just screams in agony. You pull the trident out. He's still alive. Big pool of blood forms
One more level.
at his base.
One more level. I could have 3 attacks. All right. Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, this iron golem is actually going to step over here. The ice around its legs is starting to shatter and defrost as it moves.
As it steps there, I want to take opportunity attack if I can.
Yep, you can attack it. That's a hit.
Stay there, buddy.
Alright, it stays. It doesn't move, alright? Its movement's reduced to 0.
Right.
And it did start to like open up those plates again, where it had released the poisonous gas. But they quickly slam shut as you just puncture the trident into its foot. And it just turns, and very mechanically, it just lifts this gigantic sword up, this big broadsword, and it just, like an executioner, it brings it down at you, Norin, like a guillotine.
Hey,
And
you missed.
it misses you. It brings it up again, and it brings it back down.
Oh,
And it just slashes you across your arm with a grievous wound for 41 slashing damage.
Ooh, shit.
It almost cut your arm clean off.
Damn.
The fire giant just rubs all the blood off of his face and kind of mixes it more in, and he looks furious as he stands. You fools! You must defeat the golem to get the rune! Now you have angered me! Now I will kill you! And the fire giant just takes his great sword and
I mean, he could have just told us that, but okay.
He's going to actually crawl up over here, provoking from Rend and Roderick. He's after Than. Command me! Swing and a miss for you, Rend, and Roderick. You're probably not going to try and punch him. Alright, and he's just going to stab that greatsword directly down at you, Than, as he stands on the table. And advantage, disadvantage. You guys can't see each other. He misses you. He just stabs onto the ground. And he's going to attack you again. And this time, he hits. And the ice shatters around you. You take 0 damage. Oh, I got you! And then...
Did you, though?
Yes, I felt it. He slams down. Hide, you coward! Ha! I will crush you and use you for my granola bar recipe. Alright, All right, these other fire giants are kind of watching. You're not sure if they're going to get involved yet. All right, let's continue. All right, Mr. Imp, he's completely hidden.
Yeah, he's just gonna move. He's just gonna move out of the way. And he's gonna continue to stay hidden.
Rand.
All right, I will just attack.
That is a miss.
It's a miss. All right, we'll try it again.
And another
Jeez,
miss.
Roll for shit.
Axis does not break through it. Alright, these fire giants don't look too happy about this spike growth, and one of them calls to you. Cease this magic, or I will throw a cannonball at your head. And he pulls out a cannonball.
Oh shit.
You can respond on your turn, Roderick, whether you want to drop it or not.
Yeah. Sure.
Thomas.
Just gonna shoot a lightning bolt east of me. Straight line.
Go for it. And you just hear this some loud crashing sound. It sounds like your lightning bolt is a direct hit. And the intense clanging sound of this giant suit of armor hitting the ground causes the entire chamber to shudder. A few small innocuous objects fall off the shelves and slam onto the ground, making the sound of heavy metal hitting the floor. Not that heavy metal, but a heavy piece of metal. And it sounds like you just dropped the fire giant.
Command of Golem.
360 no scope.
Alright, do you want to try to yell out a command, Roderick?
I was just saying that as
You say it to, alright, you say 360 no scope and the iron golem does like a 360 spin and
okay.
it's actually under your command. I'm actually going to break initiative for now. Unless you don't drop this, Roderick.
I'll drop it. Oh,
Okay.
if I think he's
Yeah, he's going to throw a cannonball at you. He's just got a massive cannonball in his hand. He's got a bucket of
I'll
them.
drop that.
Okay.
We don't need spikes.
I'm going to break initiative. Alright, so the iron golem, when you tell it like anything, it immediately obeys your command. The one fire giant is dead. The other fire giants look a bit disgruntled, but somewhat pleased that you'd listen to their order. And as they move in to assess the situation, you guys stand in front of the iron golem. Its eyes glow. The rune embedded into its head also glows. And that's where we're going to wrap it up for tonight.
Oh, it's already
The
time.
guy just gave us the heads up. He wouldn't have had to died. I mean,
Dan can save him.
He can. We can extort them for it costs 1,000 gold to revive a giant. Right?
No, it's still like less than a minute. Can't you? Isn't it cheap to do the spare the
I
time?
can spread the time
Oh,
on
it
him.
doesn't
That's the
cost,
markup.
it doesn't cost us much.
You guys feel like the fire giant, like, probably was just, like, obviously they don't care if you live or die. He found it probably just amusing that he could tell it to kill you guys and that you'd have to fight it. He didn't expect you guys to attack him too, though.
Well,
I mean, he should have known better than that shit.
no kidding.
Yeah. when you command something to attack a group of people, then that's considered an attack.
Stupid ass.
Didn't say they were smart.
If you commanded a sentient creature, it's one thing, because then they can choose themselves. But if it's a construct, that's basically wielding a weapon. It's like, hey, I didn't shoot you. It was the gun that shot you. What are you doing trying to stab me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golems
You should
don't
be
kill
attacking my
people,
sword.
people kill people.
You should be attacking my sword. Alright, we'll see if you guys are able to talk your way out of this or what will happen next week. I'll see you guys then. Stay safe, everyone. Social
All right, later.
distancing. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Later.
See ya.